झालं म्यूट झालं अनम्यूट झालं.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Okay.
हॅलो
हॅलो
हॅलो सर.
नमस्कार.
हा नमस्कार नमस्कार. देशपांडे मॅडम जरा फक्त ट्रायल फक्त बघा
ओके.
ऑडिओची. ओके
येतोय का आवाज?
हा येस 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 मॅम. ओके यू आर ऑडिबल.
या फाईन.
ओके थँक्यू.
There are some technical problems.
A very good morning, one and all, to be present here for one-day national conference organized online, offline mode by the Raya Shikshan Sanstha's DP Bhosle College, Koregaon, on the topic Emerging Trends in Commerce and Management, Economics and Information Technology, organized by the Department of Commerce, Economics and Computer Application, BCA. It gives me immense pleasure to extend you a very warmly welcome on the behalf of the national conference. First of all, I would like to welcome and be thankful to our principal, Dr. V.S. Sawant sir, to permit us for the this national seminar. I welcome to our vice principal of college, Dr. S.D. Jadhav sir. I welcome our resource person, Professor Dr. Sanjay Kaptan, Department of the Commerce, SPPU, then Dr. Revati Deshpande, Academician and Research, Gujarat, Dr. Rima Thareja, Assistant Professor, SPMC, University of Delhi. I welcome to all faculty members, HOD, research scholars, and dear students. First of all, again, I am warmly welcome to you. The present national conference is on emerging trend in commerce and management, economics and information technology, which is focusing on the recent trends due to the industry and change in the technology. Every industry, business, economic aspects must have to change according to the need. Big data, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence, advanced robotic, IoT, machine-to-machine communication drastically change the nature of the commerce and management. The machines cannot be replaced natural intelligence, but it can tend to be the more efficient than human in performing the representative functions. Now, first of all, I would like to request in the inauguration session, Mr. D.D. Patil sir, please introduce the conference. Over to you, Patil sir.
Okay. Good morning all. Good morning all. Today, Department of Commerce and Management, Economics, and Department of BCA jointly organized one-day national conference, which is in offline and online mode. This conference is organized for the purpose of different changes and emerging trends which are occurred due to globalization and due to after Corona period. It is very important to know and to overcome all the obstacles which are occurred due to different situations which occurred prior to this situation. It is said that arts is in library, science is in laboratory, and commerce is on road. That means commerce and economics on road. We must prefer all the activities which are related to public, which are related to businessmen, which are related to industrialists. For that purpose, this conference is organized. I welcome on behalf of Department of Commerce, Economics and BCA, I welcome chairperson of this national conference, Honorable Principal Dr. B.S. Sawant sir, who has guided for this conference and who give permission for this purpose. Also, I welcome Honorable Vice Principal of the college, Professor Dr. S.D. Jadhav sir, who is having giant personality and chairperson for this inaugural session. I welcome all the resource persons. That means first resource person, Honorable Dr. Sanjay Kaptan sir, who is professor and that means head Department of Commerce, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, along with Revati Deshpande madam, who is academician and independent researcher from Gujarat, India. Also, I also welcome Dr. Reena Thareja madam from Delhi for this session. I welcome all the participants who have joined from different states, along with all the staff members of my college, all the colleagues of different colleges in Shivaji University, Pune University, Mumbai University, and all the students who are joined here. I welcome again and I give best wishes for this conference. Thank you. Thank you to ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for your brief introduction about the conference. Now, I would like to request our Vice President, S.D. Jadhav, sir, please inauguration. President, give the President note on the inauguration session. Over to you, Dr. S.D. Jadhav, sir, Vice Principal of D.P. Bhosle College, Koregaon.
Good morning to everybody. I am very much glad that I have been participated to this hybrid mode national conference, emerging trends in commerce, management, economics, and information technology. So, dear friends, as you are aware, D.P. Bhosle College, it has been established in 1968, run by Rayat Shikshan Samstha, Satara, and college taking leading role in rural and hilly areas in jurisdiction of Shivaji University, Kolhapur. There is facility to learn art, commerce, science, BCA, BHOC in sustainable agriculture. At present, there are 15 undergraduate departments and 7 postgraduate departments, including MSc, Analytical Chemistry, Geography. College, it has been accredited A grade. It is also ISO certified. And I am very much proud to share one information with all of you. Our faculty members had published more than 400 research paper in national and international reputed journals. Citation is more than 3,200. College has filed patents, number about 10, PCT about 2. College is doing very well in Avishkar, Youth Festival, Sports, NCC, and NSS. Now coming to our theme of this today's webinar. So commerce, management, economics, and IT. So just I recalled my memory back. Columbus had discovered America. And again, I have got one reference regarding the about 3rd centenary. There were 3 to 4 routes: Silk route, spices route. So Silk route, it was for India to China. Spices route, you know, England came to India for the commerce in spice. Okay. And with world's second largest population, India is also home to a largest digital market, and it's booming in both urban and rural areas. Currently at present in India, more than 500 million internet users are there, and 450 million smartphones are there. 1 in 3 people in India, they are using video content online. So you see the importance of emerging trends in commerce, management, economics, and IT. So all these fields are correlated. So without IT, there is no commerce. Without management, there is also no commerce and trades and so on. So I think you have been associated with Professor Dr. Sanjay Kaptan, Dr. Revati Deshpande ma'am, Dr. Rima Thareja, all they are giant personalities in their research field. So I expect throughout this whole day, the deliberations, whatever occurred, will be definitely fruitful to you. And I must thank, on behalf of principal, I take this opportunity to share few points with you. So again, I would like to give best luck to all of you participants. And I am also thankful to organizers who have given me this opportunity and share few things. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for this brief presidential address and show the light on the topic. Now, we're going to start to move on the first session. I would like to request our Mr. D.D. Patil, sir, please start our introduction, give the introduction about the resource person of the first session of this conference. Over to you, D.D. Patil, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. Now we are turning towards session number 1. I welcome again for this session. Resource person is Honorable Professor Dr. Sanjay Kaptan sir, who is Professor and ex-Dean and Head of Department of Commerce, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, Pune. He was also chaired as Professor of DS Saukar Chair of Banking. Dr. Kaptan sir has worked on various important positions like Director, Department of Business Administration, Amravati University, Professor, Department of Commerce, SNDT, Women's University, Mumbai, Director, Janki Devi, Bajaj Institute of Business Management, Mumbai. He is nearly about 35 years of teaching experience. He has authorized several books in the area of management, marketing, finance, banking, and commerce. Professor Kaptan sir had written 5 volumes of Encyclopedia of Commerce, which is very valuable contribution by him. Sir has delivered lectures on vast channel. He has also published a nearly 35 papers in reputed journals, number of papers and articles in national and international conferences. He is a recipient of State Teachers Award of the State Government of Maharashtra. He is bagged Best Teachers Award of Amravati University, Best Teacher Award of SNDT, Women's University, and Savitribai Phule, Pune University has honored with Innovative Teacher Award. He is also recipient of 4 awards for outstanding contribution to literature of the State Government of Maharashtra. With this brief introduction, we are having this giant personality in commerce and management field. I request Honorable Sanjay Kaptan sir to start his session. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Can you see this presentation first? Whether the presentation is visible to all of you? Sir, presentation dista hai ka?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. I will share it again. Mata dista hai?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. I will make it full screen and then I will start. I hope you all can see the presentation. Hello,
Yes, sir, absolutely.
and am I audible to you all?
Yes, you are very much audible and visible also.
Thank you. First of all, I thank the principal of Patil College as well as the organizers of this seminar and the dignitaries as well as office bearers of the Rayat Shikshan Sanstha. And the topic today is employability of commerce graduates. Before I start, let me tell you one simple thing. The topic I am going to discuss today has a direct relevance with the present system of commerce education and to what extent it can make our youths employable. Now, the whole question of employment has been linked with skills, aptitude, attitude, and talent. Unless and until our system of education, whether commerce or whatever discipline, offers these four simple important things, it cannot become viable and useful from employment point of view. What skills are required? Applied academic skills, interpersonal skills, certain person's qualities, critical thinking skills, ability to manage resources, and effective use of technology, systems thinking, communication skills, and information use. My friends, please try to understand, if we do not possess these skills, the chances of getting employment in the present scenario become very, very low. So first of all, understand what is employability. Employability is adding abilities and competence to a person's personality, developing certain necessary traits so that he can become a developed and matured person to seek job or start independently his own venture, can become an entrepreneur, can become a successful person who has an ability to make his own career and life and earn money. Naturally, Deepa, this whole system of employment depends on certain basic things. However, what we notice today is this. Most of us fail as graduates because we are not rightly educated. We do not have right skill sets. We do not have right mindset and a right approach. I will explain this point before I go further. Most of us feel that just because I have passed a particular examination, maybe BCom, BBA, MCom or whatever, in first division or with flying colors, I must get a good job, basically a white collar job with fat salary. I do not find any reason to correlate the performance in the examination with the availability of opportunities in the market. Because we are not rightly educated, therefore our thinking becomes like this, that education is related with employment. Second thing, what we learn in the college is often very conceptual in nature, theoretical in nature, and it never helps us to acquire desired skill sets, which can make us useful from employment or employable markets point of view. No employer will employ a person just because he has a first class degree in the examination. He will employ a person because he can perform certain jobs. So presence of certain skill set becomes essential. And the third and the most important thing is the right mindset. How do we think? We often think that certain jobs are of very low level. I will not perform those jobs. I will not perform these works because they are below dignity. The whole concept of associating our education with the dignity of labor is wrong. And then we do not have a right approach. Let me start from the low and go to the high. No one starts his career from a higher point of view. Everyone has to struggle. Everyone has to fight for success. Everyone has to contribute something, has to perform and has to prove himself. If we cannot do this, then this is not going to work. So the problem of employment becomes very severe. Have you noticed the growing rate of unemployment and at the same time a paradox, non-availability of skilled personnel? On one side, the demand for skilled persons is on rise and there is non-availability of large number of skilled persons. And at this other side, A large number of youths are willing to get job, but they do not possess right skill set. What a great paradox. India has the highest number of young employable persons who are not worth employing, who are not worth getting employment, because just the demographic dividend doesn't arise because we have youths, because we have educated youths, because if we have educated skilled youths, then only this demographic dividend is possible. Let us not blame any government or, for that matter, education and employment policy. We should understand our own duty, our own abilities, and then try to solve the problem. So there has to be emphasis on skill development. Let me ask a simple question. Who should apply for the post of a peon? Engineers, lawyers, commerce graduates, science and arts graduates. Why all these people apply for the post of a peon or a class 4 or very low level of employment, in spite of the fact that they have very good qualifications? I do not say skill sets. The reason is very simple. The certificate, popularly called as degree, has lost its relevance and value. Just try to understand, in construction sector alone, we have a large number of demand for skilled personnel, nearly 320 lakhs, but they are not getting the people. In beauty and wellness area, 82 lakhs. In retail, 107 lakhs, and likewise. But all these sectors are demanding skilled persons. They do not want graduates. They want persons who are having employable competence. So the situation becomes very pathetic. We do not know what can we do as an employable youth. We do not know what can help us to gain knowledge, what can change our future, and what can make our life meaningful. We are on a crossroad, the crossroad where the direction is missed. We have missed the bus because we have not understood the right destination wherein we have to travel for. Let me tell you how the future is changing. In next 2-3 years alone, you will come across a very, very different situation. A small film will explain this point very effectively.
A world populated by robot workers? It sounds crazy, but it's not the wacky, far-fetched stuff of science fiction anymore. Sure, robots will probably never replace our artists, athletes, or novelists. When it comes to customer service, manual labor, or factory work, automation is rolling toward us like a self-driving truck. It's already happening. So what comes next? There's a lot of very smart people debating about how we're going to cope with a lot of humans losing their jobs. We can't tell you what the future holds. We can tell you about the jobs of today that will probably be going the way of the dodo in the not too distant future. Enjoy making small talk with the people who swipe the barcodes, but cashier positions are becoming increasingly unnecessary. Self-checkout machines aren't perfect yet, but the technology is getting increasingly advanced. Just look at the Amazon Go store, which requires no checkout whatsoever. There's no lines, no scanning, just grab your items and walk out the door. That's futuristic stuff, but how long until every store adopts these practices? Sooner than you might think. Fast food restaurants like Hardee's and McDonald's already use self-service kiosks. Stores like Walmart and Kroger are rolling out new kiosk programs to replace cashiers, and they all want to be like Amazon. It's happening, folks, and it won't be long now.
Please try to understand, many conventional jobs like cashiers, accountants, distributors, salespersons, receptionists are all gone or going. If it is happening in US today, within 3 years, it is going to happen in India also. Don't take it this way, that this is not going to happen in my country because we are away from this technological advancement. We are almost at par. And if we are not, we have to be. So automatically, most of the jobs about which you are thinking today as a graduate, before you become graduates or soon after you become graduates, all these jobs will immediately disappear. Furthermore, there is a great failure, the failure of our employment policy and our education policy. Just see the graph, how The unemployment is on rise. The job prospects are becoming very low. No new avenues of employment are generated for conventional graduates who do not possess skill sets. And ill-structured knowledge base makes us almost unfit for any kind of modern job. Please try to understand, every job today requires sufficient knowledge of computers. But if I just pass a BCom examination or a BBA examination without having sufficient knowledge of computers, software, and various platforms, where I stand, I have no chance of getting any employment. So our traditional mindset is a major barrier to this particular situation. We all want only government jobs. We want government to create jobs. We want secure jobs where there is a guarantee that no sooner I get employed at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, till 60, no one will replace me, no one will remove me, and I will not do anything new. I will continue with the old job. I know of my friend who joined as a lecturer some 30 years ago and said, I do not have 30 years experience. I have only 1 year's experience, which is multiplied 30 times, because he taught the same subject for 30 years in the same manner. Can this work now? It cannot. We all want white collar jobs. We want jobs in our own city only. We do not even want to go away from our city or place of birth. How can this work? This cannot work in a modern competitive world. So why we have failed? Because we do not have sufficient knowledge as a graduate of any particular discipline, especially commerce. Please remember, degree is no qualification. No degree is a guarantee of employment. We do not have a vision how I can become employable, what skill sets I should acquire, in what manner I can make my education, my qualifications more worthy for employment. And we are not willing to learn. My friends, most of you who are for BCom Part 1 can also go for a 3 years computer program, intensive computer program, and when you get the graduation degree, you also possess many skills. Our University Grants Commission has started many skill development, value addition, and add-on programs, but most of us are doing it just for the sake of certification and completion. We are not serious as to add knowledge and skills to our profile. Then how can we get a job? Please remember, we fail only when we stop trying. And we are already stopped trying, and therefore we are failing. So what do we need about employability? We need qualified manpower with requisite expertise. We need people who are ready to accept jobs. Many of us often envy Dhirubhai Ambani. Why should we? He started his career at a very low level on a petrol pump. He became a multi-millionaire. That is a result of his effort, skill, and ability, for which I cannot curse Mr. Ambani. I curse the person who criticizes Ambani without doing anything. We do not possess sufficient skill sets. We are unwilling to learn. And most important thing, we are not ready to adopt and adapt to the new situation. If we are told that computers are going to change our life, we laugh. We feel that no, this is not going to happen in my city. For me, for others, it may be true. Let me give you one example. ICICI Bank has recently started a new branch in Delhi, Connaught Place. This branch has not even a single employee. This is a 100% automated bank. Please remember, this is the beginning. But this beginning is a threat to all likely employment-seeking youths in banking sector. So get aware as to what the changes are today. In what is the India today? We are having a problem of plenty. When I say this, you may get surprised. But let me tell you, what kind of plenty? Plenty of unemployed youths, plenty of youths without skills, plenty of youths without knowledge and abilities and willingness to work. So, though India is today claimed to be a second largest population and soon will overcome China and highest young population, the employment ratio becomes automatically poor. The demand for job is increasing, but of course, there is no supply side, and the prospects of getting new jobs are very sluggish because of one simple reason, which was rightly quoted by Mr. Narayan Murthy. Graduates are collecting their degrees despite not being skilled enough to be a productive part of Indian economy. Please try to understand, become a productive part of our economy. Have skill sets, have abilities. Jobs will come to you in different sectors, not that in the conventional sector only that there were jobs and the jobs will continue. From multiple sectors, jobs are coming. But are we willing and ready? That is the basic question. So the failure of our education sector, especially for commerce, because I am a teacher of commerce, as well as I am a student of commerce, is we have largest number of graduates coming from commerce discipline. And everyone wants a white collar job. I want to become an accountant, a clerk, and that is all. Largest unemployed youths are also coming from commerce graduates because everyone cannot become a manager. Everyone cannot become an officer. Everyone cannot become an administrator. Please mind well and therefore change our mindset. So why the world has changed? Because the economy is extremely dynamic. Whatever was happening in 1990 has just disappeared in 2010. A new scenario has taken place in 2020. Remember, there was a situation in our country when there were no computers. Everything was done manually. Today, because of internet, cybernetics, and cyber technology and communication satellites, everything has changed. Today, we are having 5G now. The speed of performance, transmission of data has enormously increased. Economy is not only changing, but it is becoming more competitive. Only competent, able persons are having a position in the economy. The form and the shape of technology has advanced so much so, which is beyond our imagination. As very rightly said by Einstein, any technology which is extremely advanced is just like a magic. That is true. And because of which a large population is deprived of getting jobs. Please remember always that your present situation is not your final destination. The best is yet to come. Anyone who starts today a career has to keep in mind that he will have to work for another 35 years. But is he willing, whether he possesses requisite skills and qualities, or he is going to go with conventional and traditional approach and is soon to become useless from employment point of view. This is the shape of technological change. In the end of the 18th century, we were having the first mechanical power loom, very simple device. In the Industrial Revolution 2.0, we have mass production and assembly line of production, because of which the production enormously increased. In the third revolution, we got computers, new types of systems and programmable data. And now we are having cyber physical systems, about which I shall discuss later on. My friends, please remember, the pace of change is very fast and rapid. If we do not change with this, what will happen is this: zero employment growth. That is, there will be a growth, economy will enhance, but there will be no employment. Most of the people will be deprived of jobs because they are not required by the industry, by entrepreneurs, by business, by government. Small work units are there now. The concept of work from home, I hope you all have experience and are experiencing. Even this lecture is online. That is what a great change. And the employment is now based on job. That is, whether the job is available. So long as the job is available, you are in the job. You are employed. No sooner the job disappears, you go. So computers and robots have changed like this. Please see this picture. There was a man who was working, another man, then came some part of mechanization, then came a partial robot, and now the complete robotics has taken place, which has replaced the man. My friends, unless and until our manpower understands this change, we will not be successful. So we have to change our mindset from unwilling to willing, from unskilled to skilled, from understanding, from undertraining to trained and well competent persons, and from unfit to a fit person. This is a small film which I want to show to you, which will explain you how robots are changing our world.
Growth is not adding jobs. What is really happening is the robots which are becoming like an skill, but not getting a date. Who actually has jobs and not getting them.
So please try to understand the point which I want to emphasize. Get skills, get competence, and then only we will become employable. There will be employment, but only for the skilled people. So what is the importance of qualified skilled manpower? A qualified skilled manpower is useful for rapid advancement of economy. It can bring fast track changes. It can help to develop emerging sectors like drones, semiconductors, and many defense and many other sectors, retailing also, and it can create new avenues of employment. So let us listen to what AICTE says. This is not what I am saying. This is a report of AICTE. Only 2% of commerce and non-technical graduates are employed. Out of 100, only 2. And only 15% of technical graduates, that is engineers, are employable. That means when 100 commerce graduates pass out, only 2 can get a job because of their skills and abilities. When 100 engineers are available, only 15 can get a job. What should we do with remaining 98 commerce graduates and 85 engineers? We can do nothing unless and until we make them employable by providing them necessary skill sets. So the situation is definitely grim. Increasing number of commerce graduates, the challenge of global competition. Please further remember, if I am employable today, I do not have competition from my college, from my university, from my city, from my state, but I have a global competition. And anyone from any part of the world can apply for the same job. Naturally, there is a conflict. What employers want is quality. What we are producing is quantity. Though the public sector is diminishing, vanishing, and soon will disappear, its place will be taken by private sector where only competence will count. Unless until we have skills, the qualifications will carry no meaning. So please understand this. This is a reality of life. If we neglect this, disregard this, then this is not going to work. So what is the present situation of our commerce graduates? They are low on knowledge, low on skills, low on aptitude. They are poor about attitude, that is, they are not willing to change. They are poor about ability, that is, they have not acquired new knowledge sets. Their approach is definitely pathetic because they are not willing to accept low-level jobs, and they fail because they cannot learn things, they cannot develop a right goal for their life, and they do not possess the desired ambition to become a competent person. So the scenario today is there is a decline in employment, decline in job opportunities, decline in demand for commerce graduates, and as the technology is changing lifestyle, conventional commerce education has no future. So if at all we want to make employability happen, what should we do? We should create right awareness that no, I will not only learn the textbooks or the teachings in my college. Along with that, I will add to my knowledge certain skills, certain very essential skills that will improve my personality and ability to perform different types of jobs. This is a world of multi-skilling. A commerce graduate has to be a computer professional also. A good salesman also must know effective public speaking as well as other skills which can make him employable in some different sectors like marketing research. We have to develop aptitude. We have to cultivate a mindset that yes, it is possible if I work, if I develop myself, and we have to continuously train and retrain. Our college also may have finishing schools. That is, after passing a graduate examination, we can again come back to college for 2 months and learn new skills. That is how we can make ourselves employable, because please remember, today you may have knowledge of computers and you know certain particular platforms and softwares, C++ and etc., Java. But how long these things will continue? In a short period, all these things will disappear or will become useless or will be disregarded. Again, you have to learn something new. If you are not willing and ready, you are just out. You might have read in last 3 days, nearly 2 lakh people are removed by Amazon and Twitter and many other companies for one simple reason: they are not worth employable anymore. So the new world of employment is skill-based, demand-based, need-based, and dynamic. That is, if I work today for one company, tomorrow I may not have any job in that company, so I may go to another company. If a new technology emerges, naturally my existing skills will become useless. A robot can any time say me go, you are not required. I shall give one example of how robots are changing. Recently, I have been to Bangalore for some official work. I have witnessed 2 important things. I have gone to a hotel where there were no waiters. The robots were serving the dishes as well as they were carrying the waste. And the educational institution where I have delivered 2 lectures, they were also having one CBSE school. The headmaster was having a sense of pride to say that in our institution, physics, mathematics, chemistry, and geography is not taught by teachers. It is taught by robots. My friends, this is the beginning of a great shock. The future shock is further severe. So change right now. Why robots are replacing humans? Because they are fast and rapid. They are highly productive and efficient. They never go on strike. They never demand something. They never say that I am tired. They never complain work. They have a consistency and continuity. I shall give another example. This is what I have read. I am not sure about it. If a doctor performs a heart surgery, the chances of success are 60 to 70% for the patient. If the robots perform the surgery, the chances of accuracy and success are 99%. Let me ask a simple question. Whom you will prefer to operate, a robot or a doctor? But if this is the situation in highly professional areas like medicine, what is going to happen to the commerce graduates? So the new trends are change industrial scenario, we often call it industry 4.0 or 5.0. Change economic scenario where the economy has become very dynamic, very fast, very rapid and expanding. Change approach of employer, skills, abilities only. No graduates, no qualifications, no certificates. And change approach of job seekers. I am employable, I am worthy, therefore employ me. If you do not want, I will go elsewhere. This is the future of work. This film is definitely shocking. Almost every sector is influenced, affected, and has changed because of robotics and artificial intelligence. So the commerce graduates have to learn this. And therefore, if you think of employability of commerce graduates, then please remember commerce is the most employable sector in spite of these odds. Commerce is a continuously growing sector because it is linked to economy. Every change in economy is reflected in commerce, and every change in commerce is reflected in economy. Commerce can be easily linked with technology. Rather, technology can become success only when it is commercially viable. And therefore, commerce graduates have a very bright future. Every day, a new industry opens, a new economic sector emerges. Therefore, new skill sets are required. New innovations create new employment, new industries, new products. and new avenues of employment also. So a commerce graduate need not fear about all these things. But the problem of commerce graduates is that they are low on skills. They are low on knowledge. They just study what is taught in the class. They also, that too, they in a very cursory manner. They do not want to read textbooks. They want to have some 21 successful questions, etc., and guides and notes. You can pass the examination, but you cannot pass your life career, examination of your life. Remember, examination of life is always based on values, ideas, skills, and aptitude, not on textbooks. And they are low on expectation. They can work for a very low salary. That is wrong. They should work for higher salary, saying that I have good skill sets, therefore I am worth employer. So the critical issues before the commerce graduates, first, they are poor performance. When it comes to perform a job, I have seen many students who have 90 plus marks in accountancy but cannot read the balance sheets. I have been on interview panel of many banks and private companies. Every time, whenever we ask some simple questions about balance sheets or financial statements or marketing and even for that matter HR, they fail very miserably. They are low efficient. Once they are employed, they start feeling that now I need not work because I have already been employed. Wrong. They are low on productivity. They are low on skill adopted. They are not ready to learn something new. How can we be successful if we do not learn something new? So to possess a degree in commerce doesn't mean a successful career. What it means to possess certain professional skills. An accountant should be able to write, read, and present and interpret accounts. A positive approach that even in a difficult situation, a right decision can be taken. A problem-solving ability. Yes, I can lead the group. Ability to deal with different and difficult people and entrepreneurial traits. Start something new, something innovative. Take risk and go ahead. If we have these attributes, naturally a commerce graduate has a better chances of success. The bygone days of old profession are gone. Chartered accountancy, business management, cost accountancy, and chartered secretary are no longer the lucrative careers. All these things will be changed, challenged, and altered because of advancement of technology. Today, we all use a simple software called Tally, but it has replaced hundreds of accountants. Please remember, every advanced version of a software, especially in business and accountancy, is replacing many people, including receptionists, secretaries, typists, clerks, accountants, supervisors. So please do not have this presumption that I possess a degree in commerce and therefore I have a chance of employment. So why these professions are losing glory? Because technology is replacing many skills which were required earlier by men. Second thing, the new industrial setup requires only advanced skills and not conventional skills. Third thing, new technology can perform multiple jobs simultaneously. Robotics replaces human beings and automation combines, integrates multiple jobs and makes it one. Just I will give a small example. Your small, simple, smart mobile phone. How many applications it has? Now remember, there was a time for all these applications to require different devices. But now you do not have a tape recorder. You do not have a radio. You do not have a watch. You do not have a calendar. What is happening? You do not have a telephone also. Please remember, this integration of a device is just not a technological advancement. It means replacement of jobs. And therefore, we should change. So further, there is a lateral competition. A job in bank for a job in bank, only a commerce graduate never applies. Even a technical graduate, a science graduate, a arts graduate also applies. If at all you know about the IAS examination or UPSC examination, most of the graduates who pass IAS or UPSC examination are from technology, that is from IITs and IIMs, and sometimes even doctors. You will not come across even a single commerce graduate who has passed UPSC examination has become IAS officer. Very rarely, very few people. Why? Because commerce no longer is the domain of mainstream of employment. To become an administrator, it is not required to have a commerce degree. You can easily get admission to MBA program after passing BE or BTech. Science and technology graduates are coming in a large way competing with commerce graduates because knowledge-based competition has changed the entire scenario. So can we compete as commerce graduate? The answer is still yes. But my friends, for which you require certain attributes. What are these attributes? Quality and ability to present yourself well, good work ethics, problem-solving abilities, enthusiasm. Yes, I'm ready to do any job anytime. Never say I'm tired. Never say I will not do because I'm not interested. Proactive, come forward and do the jobs. You must have ability to use different types of technologies, softwares, everything. A strong communication ability. You should be able to speak with people very easily, simply, in their language, in the manner in which they understand you. You should have a positive thinking, an ability to work in a group, even a difficult group, and you should be self-motivated. Yes, I want to get a job, and therefore I will work. So what can we do as commerce graduates? We should change the system of present commerce education. It should be linked with multiple skills. I have a small advice. It is not advice. It is a piece of friendly uh, um, help to improve yourself. When you are entering a commerce graduate or BBA stream, right from BCom or BBA part one, start acquiring new skills. Develop a skill-based education approach, computers, marketing, then various other softwares, foreign languages and whatnot. Develop need-based skills, the skills that will help you to get a job, that will help you more employable. Develop self-reliance, that is, you should be able to do multiple things simultaneously. All these things will make your career successful because career specific skills are technical skills and problem solving skills or professional skills. Career as well as career neutral skills are soft skills. They are required in every field. You cannot underestimate the importance of soft skills like leadership, lateral thinking, analytical skills, emotional intelligence, problem solving, and teamwork. I hope the next speaker is going to discuss at length about the soft skills. And of course, she will tell you how soft skills are useful, how they change your life. So if at all you want to survive and grow in a competitive world as a commerce graduate, you please start continuity of learning. Never say I have stopped learning because I'm a graduate, because I'm a postgraduate, because I got a job. Develop ability to adopt and accept new systems and technologies. Keep on learning new systems, new technologies in computers, in AI, in IoT, and every field. Add skills, different skills, because that is the only way to be successful, to survive and grow. So if we can accept the challenge to learn new things, you can easily surpass competition. If you can accept the challenge to enhance your personality, to enrich your personality, you can supersede every competitor. If you become competent, then you are not afraid of competition. And if you can learn to be better, then you can easily are acceptable, employable youth in every field of life. You will find many people who have just passed only mere 12th examination, still they become very successful managers, officers, or administrators. I know of one example of Mr. Narayan Agrawal, who joined as a PN in one of the units of Birla Industries. At that time, he was only 7th standard pass. But while working as a helper, he started learning, and he started learning about how the files are moved. So he became a inward-outward clerk. Then he passed his 10th examination. Along with that, he started acquiring knowledge of accountancy. In a very short period, he became 12. He became a 12th pass matriculate, and he became an accountant. After that, he studied accountancy independently and has passed his BCom examination. He was promoted to head clerk. At the time of his retirement, he was CEO of one of the unit of Birla Group. What a great achievement. You can come across large number of such people who started from the scratch and have become successful because they had an ability, a desire to learn to be better. So my friend, this is an era of new opportunities. Please have 4 simple things in your mind. They are critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. These 4 C's of life are elixir of a successful career. Develop digital literacy, that is, understand information technology, computers, cybernetics, cyber technology effectively. Develop media literacy and ITC literacy, and you will be competent enough to work in any field. Most important thing, have a flexible and adaptable approach. Never say, no, I will not do this, I don't like. I'm not meant for this. No. Have initiative and self-direction. Always go on doing it on your own. Show proactiveness, show leadership traits that will make you a successful commerce graduate. Have enhance your productivity and accountability. Keep on adding something. Give the best every time. Increase your productivity. If at all you can do certain things, X things today, tomorrow it should be X plus 1. And always accept responsibility. Never shirk, never go away, never run. So there is enough room at the top. If at all you are desirous of making a career in spite of competition and technological advancement, I do not find any reason that you can be stopped. The triangle of success is based on certain basic skills. These are goal setting, time management, rational reasoning, communication, and interpersonal skills on one side. Self-motivation, confidence, integrity, and honesty are the traits of a good person. And knowledge of facts, understanding of data, and ability to take right decision based on knowledge is always the basis of your successful career.
If you're watching this, you're among the 3% of people that understand that the future of work is going to look very different from what it is now. So keep watching. Let's see where we're headed. It's also exciting, right? Siri will recognize your voice even if you're 5 meters away from your phone. That new chatbot is totally real. Self-driving cars are no longer fiction. You can analyze the DNA. You try flying that drone for the first time, and you're thinking of buying a smart speaker to make your life so much easier. A few years from now, and that's something like 3 years, not coding, artificial intelligence, robotics, machine learning, mass speed, biotechnology, chatbots, virtual reality, drones, augmented reality, smart objects will all be deeply enrooted in our everyday life. Just like computers, phones, or electricity are for us today. Oh well, is this really going to happen? And if it does, we'll adapt when the time comes, right? Life is good. You love your job. You've been working for this established company for a few years. You're comfortable in your position. You know what you're good at. People like you. And that last presentation you gave that you some amazing reactions. You're safe with the company. In the meantime, you see an article speculating on the future of jobs. McKinsey published a report stating that 45% of all current tasks could be automated with present technology. The World Economic Forum estimates 33% of jobs in 2020 don't even exist yet. But what do they know, right? You've got time. Oh, look, the supermarket just introduced self-cashier. You're at the airport checking in luggage. What the heck? Roll you pull up the checking desk? Gone. Replaced by machines. But it's only the worst of jobs, right? No, think again. In 2012, there were 150,000 humans working on Wall Street. 2 years later, automation has cut that number down to 100,000. That's 1/3 gone. But it's only the mathematical and scientific cause, right? No. And again, this Japanese insurance company, Kokoto Mutual Life Insurance, is already replacing all its human insurance claim workers with an AI system that will handle customers more efficiently. See these articles? They're written by algorithms, and we can't tell the difference with human written content. Thinking of converting yourself to being an online poker player? Too late. There's an AI that can already do that.
Array.
Most journalists, tax consultants, marketeer, technicians, knowledge workers, lawyers, even the person editing this video right now, will to some extent have been impacted or automated by technology.
So, my friends, please be ready for a new changed world. This changed world is very brave, very fast, extremely dynamic, and requires only skilled persons. So, develop a simple formula to be successful commerce graduate, which I call formula CASH. KASH. K for knowledge, A for ability, S for skill, and H for hard work. If you possess these simple 4 traits, then definitely you can realize your potential. You can become assertive, you can become a good leader, and of course, you can become a self-motivated person who can make a grand career in his life. I'm sure all of you we shall agree with me on this point. And with this, I conclude my lecture today. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you please ask.
From the participant, if you have any question, any doubt, then ask the questions. Or write down in chat box.
And if you want this presentation, I will send it to Dr. Patil, who can definitely help you to get the presentation if you really want. But please write your comments for that.
Please write your comments on the chat box, and if any information, write down on the chat box. Sir, I think there is no any doubt or no question. Your information is very much fruitful. With the help of PPT and videos, it makes better understanding to the participant, to the students. And for this information and deep knowledge about the topic, I would like to thank you. And your session was full of the enthusiasm and valuable and knowledgeable. It's going to help us a lot. Now, I would like to request Mr. S.P. Kadam, sir, please extend the vote of thanks for the first session. SP Kadam, sir, over to you.
Good morning, all of you.
Good morning.
It is an 1 minute. Good morning, all of you. It is an honor to offer a vote of thanks on the occasion of the first session of the National Conference on Emerging Trade in Commerce and Management, Economics, and Information Technology. On behalf of DP Bhosle College, Department of Commerce, Economics, and BCA, I would like to thank Dr. Sanjay Kaptan, sir, a former head, Department of Commerce, Savitribai Phule, Pune University, for the delivered valuable and informative thoughts. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Also,
Thank you.
I would like to thanks Dr. S.D. Jadhav, sir, for his valuable things. Also, I would like to thanks all participated dignitaries, faculties, researchers, and students for the attending this session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. With your permission, I leave. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have now concluded the first session, and now we move on the second session. Again, I am very much good morning to and welcome to one and all on the second session. Here, I would like to request Dr. S.R. Kulkarni, ma'am, please introduce the today's resource person.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning, all of you. Warmly welcome to one and all who present for this second session. The today's resource person, Honorable Dr. Revati Deshpande, madam. She has graduated from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. She has done his Masters of Business Administration in Human Resource Management and Marketing from Shivaji University, Kolhapur, and also successfully completed PhD from Kadi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. She has published many research papers on national and international level. She has attended many faculty development programs, conferences, seminars, and workshops. She has delivered lectures on different topics, such as soft skill development, spoken English, effective communication, human resource management, and career opportunities. She has worked as various administrative committee member, such as editorial team, deputy editor, in souvenir, HR placement and attendance coordinator, cultural committee. She has total 70 years work experience. She is presently working as an independent researcher, freelancer consultant, and visiting faculty at the SV Institute of Management, Kadi, and ICM, Gandhinagar, and graduation colleges. Such a best research-oriented, versatile personality to be with us and to guide us on the topic of soft skill in the workplace, a need to achieve career growth. Once again, welcome, ma'am, and over to Mane, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kulkarni,
so
ma'am.
much.
Now, without further delay, we are very much eager to wait to listen Revati Deshpande, ma'am, Dr. Revati Deshpande, ma'am, academician and researcher from the Gujarat. Now, I would like to request Dr. Revati Deshpande, ma'am, please guide us on the topic.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Actually, today I'm going to
Dr.
talk
Revati, ma'am,
about.
please unmute yourself.
I have unmuted.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank DP Bhosle College, Koregaon, for inviting me and having me at the one-day national conference today. I would like to thank Dr. V.S. Sawant, the chairman, Mr. D.D. Patel, the convener, Mr. S.G. Nikam, the co-convener, and K.S. Jadhav, the coordinator. It's been really nice. And first of all, I would say that Dr. Sanjay Kaptan has already made a platform for my discussion. Whatever I am going to discuss, it has already been, you can say the platform is already been kept in front of me. When I say platform, because unless and until employability, as sir has rightly spoken about the employability. What do you mean by employability? Before starting my presentation, I would like to answer some of the questions so that I can begin with my topic. When I say employability, it means that whether we are capable enough to be there in the market. Is our degree enough? Only degree, can the degree work out? Nowadays, it is very easy to get the degrees, to be very frank. Becoming an MBA, also we can say it's not a tough thing. First 10th standard, later on the 12th, now the graduate, and now the post-graduation. These are something you can say, it is like a flow which is going on. It is not the skill add up, or no skill has been added into it. So there is a big thing that we need to understand what is employability. As Dr. Sanjay has already mentioned, that we don't want only the degree, only the qualification. He has spoken about that. He has spoken about employability of commerce graduate. But I would like to add up, because our conference is adding all the things, that is commerce, management, economics, and IT. So basically, I am a science graduate, postgraduate in masters and management, and I did my PhD in management only. So I need to cover all of them. So my focus is whether it is in commerce graduate, arts graduate, economics, or an IT graduate. Are we looking only for the degree? What is actually expected from the students? Later on, the people, and as rightly said by Sanjay sir, he mentioned that we have so much unemployment. But one thing is there, unemployment is there, but you have to also consider that there is a dearth of people. There are so many vacancies and they are not having the right kind of people there. So it is very much important that we need to identify what are the people, where are we going to get the people. So it is very important that we should understand, because we are not having the right kind of people who will be exactly fit for the market. We talk about the things, as I say, employability issue. Yes, it's a big thing, because only the degree is not going to provide you a job. Today, my topic, what I have considered for this subject, for this particular conference, is soft skill in the workplace, a need to achieve the career growth. Now, my topic itself says that, yes, you all have a degree. Maybe you will pursuing the first year, second year, or maybe the final year. I know my audience is faculties, the dignitaries, and all my dear students and research scholars. Anybody it may be, the most important thing in today's market is soft skill. I've seen even there are incidences when we find there are people who say that, see, I had so much of marks, I had so much of degree, but still somebody who was just a graduate still got an opportunity. Then it comes to my mind, is it my degree or my marks not mattering? Then why should I study? It is not about that. It is about adding what you have and what extra skills you need to have. I made a small presentation of 15 slides only, but I would like to elaborate more. So my dear researchers, students, and faculties, I would like to talk about this particular slide. If you look at this slide, what do you feel? The thing is, when we look at a stone or a look at a teddy bear, what emotions does it bring to your mind? The main thing is, when we talk about a stone, if somebody gives you a stone, I'm not talking about diamond, it is a stone. When I talk about gifting you a stone and gifting you a soft toy, what emotion does value you more? Naturally, nobody would like to have a stone, even if it is an equivalent weight. What will matter more is the feelings, or what can make others feel very nice. So it is about how you deal with people, how you talk with people. It is more important. So it's a Harvard study which I have taken. In Harvard University, this particular study was conducted where it was proved. Now you will say how it is proved. There was a research which is conducted. And my presentation will be all all about the research. The soft skill contributed about 85% in career success. When I say 85% in career success, so what about the knowledge? What about the technical skills? Meanwhile, technical skills only contribute 15%. So what does it mean? It means you have the knowledge. The knowledge will only contribute 15%. But how to use that particular knowledge or how to have that particular knowledge will be with the help of the soft skill. I'll be speaking more both in English as well as in Hindi, and maybe sometimes in Marathi if you want me to. The soft skill एक ऐसी चीज है जो आपको आपका नॉलेज प्रेजेंट करने का एक तरीका देता है. You know, you cannot be an individual. Yes, you should have individual qualities. But if you're not able to cope up with your group, cope up with your team, you cannot survive. हम कहते हैं हम अकेले नौकरी नहीं करते हैं. हमें नौकरी मिल भी जाती है. Where and how you're going to work. So the most important thing is soft skill what you possess. जो आपके पास soft skill है वो आपको आगे बढ़ने में मदद करेगी. क्यों soft skill? ये soft skill ऐसी चीज है जो आपको आपकी पर्सनालिटी को एक तरीके से इन्फ्लुएंस कर पाती है. लोग आपकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट, आई डोंट मीन अट्रैक्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ योर नॉलेज. नॉलेज जो है उसे आपकी तरफ खींचता है. कैसे खींच पाएंगे वो लोगों को आप? कैसे आप चाहेंगे? अगर 10 लोग आपके सामने बैठे हैं, यू आर एबल टू ब्रिंग देम टुगेदर. आप किसी को सजेस्ट करते हो, आप लोगों को ग्रुप में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सॉल्व करते हो, उनके प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करते हो, आप किसी के साथ भी बात कर पाते हो. You are not hesitant to ask the question. आप किसी को क्वेश्चन पूछते वक्त सोचते नहीं हो. Because there are self-ego, so much ego. I have a degree that I am somebody. But always remember, you should always have the skill development process, which should be in a growing. And it should be continuous. When you always say, change is the only thing which is required in our life. If we don't change according to the requirement, we are out of the market. So we need to change. We need to bring a positive change, which will add up the skill development in us. So we need to, today we are going to see the following things. First of all, there are many of the students, many of the people maybe not aware with the particular terminology. The first I would like to make the students understand, the researchers maybe understand. Yes, somebody raised their hand. I don't know. So the flow of Hanji. Yes.
Please change your PPT screen.
No, it is changed only.
Okay.
I don't know what. It is changed only. Flow of presentation. Well, first we are going to see what are soft skills. What does soft skill include? What does it mean? Next, we are going to see various industry people. Industry वाले जो HR वाले हैं, जो executives हैं, वो अपने लिए कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट, आर्ट्स ग्रेजुएट या साइंस ग्रेजुएट है, उनसे क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? What actually are they expecting? क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? किस तरीके से एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? तो हम इंडस्ट्री वालों का व्यू लेंगे. नेक्स्ट हम लिखेंगे कि लोगों ने रिसर्च किया है और रिसर्च में वो क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि रिक्रूटर्स क्या चाहते हैं, जो नौकरी देने वाले हैं वो क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं आपसे. व्हाट आर द स्किल्स एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम बाय द रिक्रूटर्स. नेक्स्ट हम देखेंगे कि व्हाट आर द स्किल जो आजकल के फ्रेश ग्रेजुएट्स में है या नहीं है, वो हम देखेंगे. नेक्स्ट हम देखेंगे व्हाट इज द नीड एंड इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ इंक्लूजन ऑफ सॉफ्ट स्किल ट्रेनिंग इन एजुकेशनल प्रोग्राम एंड इन द इंडस्ट्री. कौन सी चीजें हैं, क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है. जैसे संजय सर ने काफी सारे बातें बताई हैं. ऑलरेडी वी हैड मेड अ प्लेटफॉर्म. तो हमें तो ये तो पता है कि क्यों हमारे लोगों को नौकरी नहीं लग रही है, पर हमें क्या पता है कि हमें नौकरी लगने के लिए क्या चाहिए. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू सी. वी आर गोइंग टू सी इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ सॉफ्ट स्किल फॉर स्टूडेंट्स एंड हाउ टू इम्प्रूव देम, किस तरीके से. और सॉफ्ट स्किल इज नॉट समथिंग कि आज मैंने सोचा मैडम ने आज पढ़ाया है, द नेक्स्ट डे आई एम गोइंग टू लर्न इट and third day I'm going to implement it. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Hello.
It
Hello,
takes
ma'am.
time. Hanji. Yes.
Hello. I'm Patil sir speaking. Ma'am, your screen is not, PPT is not visible. Only Zoom is visible.
Oh, it is.
Zoom login window is visible only.
Okay, just a moment. I'll just say
Yes, yes. Share again, please.
Yeah. Is it visible?
1 minute. Yes, yes, it's opening. 1 minute. Yes. Please use the option of share.
I have
The
used
mode
it.
is not open. Screen is sharing, but not PPT is open. Full screen is not open. Please use full screen mode.
Yeah. Is it fine?
1 minute. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay. You can continue now.
Visible?
Yes, yes.
Already I have discussed about the Harvard study. We have compared a teddy bear with a stone, and we have proved that in Harvard study, it is proved that soft skill implement 85% in your career success. Meanwhile, only the technical skills contribute the 15%. I just spoke about, these are the topics which I'm going to cover today. Is it visible? Are the slides visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay. So we are going to today on my session, we are going to see what are soft skills. We are going to see the advices which have been given by industry experts. We are going to see what are recruiters expecting from you, what are the expectation or what are the skill. We have done a research and it has been found that fresh graduates have these many skills. So we are going to talk about that. Then we are going to understand the importance of soft skill in educational program and in the industry. Importance of soft skill for students and how to improve them. How to highlight soft skill. I just mentioned it cannot be learned in a day. It requires time. It is something that can be gradually developed. But first of all, we need to understand what it is. So these are the personality development. What are the soft skills required for students, which are going to see one by one. First thing, basic thing we want to learn is what are soft skills. We talk about soft skills, but are we aware what actually the soft skill include? The thing is, soft skill essentially consider of your confidence, your body language. So what is confidence? Are we not all confident? We all are confident. But thing is, the confidence should be reflected, not the overconfidence. That's what I mean by saying under the soft skill. Next is body language. When I say body language, the body language also reflects whether you are confident, what you're feeling, whether you are optimistic, whether you are positive, negative. Your body language reflects everything. Next is communication skills. Many people have in mind that communication skill is all about speaking in English. No, not at all. It means whether you're able to send the same ideas, what you have, into the person whom you are talking to in a similar way. जो मैं सोच रही हूँ और जो मेरे सामने वाले के दिमाग में जा रहा है. The idea has to be the same. That is a good communication skill. Next is interpersonal skills. When I talk about interpersonal skill, it means whether I am able to talk to anybody, anywhere. Some people are very reluctant, but when you talk about interpersonal skills, I mean that I should be able to communicate with any age group, any gender, any caste, any creed with the same flow. That means I have a very good skill of interpersonal where I am able to talk with everybody. Next is teamwork. What is teamwork? कई लोग अकेले बहुत अच्छे होते हैं काम करने में. But when you talk, you want them to work in a group. जो आप चाहते हैं कि वो ग्रुप में काम करें, टीम में काम करें, वो नहीं कर पाते हैं. उन्हें सिर्फ ऑर्डर देने की आदत होती है या ग्रुप जो बोलता है उसको एक्सेप्ट करने की आदत नहीं होती है. So ये टीम वर्क इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल रिक्वायर्ड इन एन इंडस्ट्री. किसी भी जगह पे आप जॉब के लिए जाते हैं, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल इज ग्रुप डायनामिक्स एंड टीम वर्क. अगर आप टीम वर्क में काम कर सकते हैं, you will be able to perform well. So it is very important that you generate a good teamwork. टीमवर्क में अगर आप काम कर सकते हैं, लोगों के साथ एडजस्ट कर सकते हैं, लोगों के साथ आपको कॉम्प्रोमाइज करने में, आई डोंट मीन कॉम्प्रोमाइज, आई मीन दैट व्हेन द टास्क इज देयर इट हैज टू बी परफॉर्म टुगेदर. किसी के पास कोई स्किल अच्छी होती है, बिकॉज इन अ ग्रुप everybody has some or the other skills. So when we work together, it is called as a teamwork. Next is work ethics. What is ethics? Ethics is to what extent I say that this is right or this is wrong. So it is very important that when we perform our duty, when we perform our work, it is very important to follow the work ethics. I am to be very ethical. Ethical होना मतलब सही होना. अपने काम की तरफ हमें पूरी इंटीग्रिटी शो करनी है. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज वर्क एथिक्स. नेक्स्ट इज लिसनिंग स्किल. Nowadays listeners are very less. This is a big problem because everybody want to speak. So who will going to listen? Even when we are listening to answer, we are listening to question. Why? Because we don't want to have that particular patience to listen to anybody. We know everything. This world is, we know everything. So it is very important, unless and until you develop a skill of listening, you will not be able to survive. Maybe you are going to learn something new. So make it a habit that you have a very good, you develop. It is not easy to develop, but you need to develop a listening skill. Next is adaptability. When I say adaptability means we should be able to adapt to any situation, any circumstances. हमें अपने आप में comfort zone छोड़ना पड़ेगा. When I say adaptability means you need to leave the comfort zone. Comfort zone makes you in comfort and no, you are landed nowhere. So it is very important that आप adaptable बनो. Adaptability is most important. And basically when you main think about soft skills से काम क्यों अच्छे हो जाते हैं, soft skill defines how you interact with your team or clients or your boss. अभी boss से interact करने में तो you are going to be your boss, but no, you want to understand that in which way he would like to listen to something. आपको कहनी वही बात है, लेकिन आपका जो बोलने का तरीका होता है, which doesn't make him angry, is called as a soft skill. Hence, it consists of an indefinite number of parameters. इसके काफी सारे parameters हैं. Then soft skill को आप अपने तरीके से develop कर सकते हो. That is more important. और soft skill ऐसी चीज नहीं है कि आपने किताब पढ़ के आपने soft skill सीख ली. Soft skills cannot be fed into your brain like a technical or professional knowledge. 1 + 1 = 2 is not something like that. It means you need to develop day by day. It cannot be done in a day. आपको सीखना पड़ेगा, समझना पड़ेगा कि ये मैंने गलती कर दी है. Now I need to improve on it and then I need to perform that. The soft skill cannot be developed in a few days. This is more important. नेक्स्ट मैंने कुछ व्यूज लिए हैं कि भाई हम बात कर रहे हैं एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी की, तो इंडस्ट्री के लोग क्या चाहते हैं सॉफ्ट स्किल के मामले में. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जैसे हम देख रहे हैं, आई टॉक अबाउट दिस इज समथिंग व्हेन वी टॉक, इट इज सुधांशु पंडित, डायरेक्टर HR सिमेंटिक इंडिया. उनका ये कहना है कि लैंग्वेज, वो देखो दिस इज अबाउट IT कंपनी, पर सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी भी क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रही है उनके इंजीनियर्स से. They are expecting the language proficiency, ability to work with global teams. अब ये global team क्या है? जैसे IT सेक्टर में बताऊंगा, जैसे हमारा आज हाइब्रिड मोड चल रहा है. Similarly, IT is working on a hybrid mode totally. So there are some people working in India, some people working in any other country or the third country, and they are working as a team. So if you're not able to communicate proper, if you're not able having a right type of attitude, आप काम नहीं कर सकते हैं. तो सुधांशु पंडित जो डायरेक्टर हैं सिमेंटिक इंडिया के, उनका कहना है कि हम प्रिफर करते हैं टेक्निकल नॉलेज के साथ. हमें कौन चाहिए? टेक्निकल नॉलेज के साथ हमें बहुत सारा सॉफ्ट स्किल चाहिए इंडिविजुअल के अंदर. नेक्स्ट एक रिसर्च किया गया है John Prohart, Sky founder and principal consultant of Future Envision, he talks about कि हम उन लोगों को हायर करते हैं जिनके पास इंटरपर्सनल और कम्युनिकेशन स्किल है। एक इंजीनियर तो है हमारे पास, एक कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट तो है हमारे पास, बट व्हाट वी एक्सपेक्ट इज we expect that he should be able to communicate with everybody in a proper communication skill. Next है Dr. Pallab Bandyopadhyay. He is the director HR of Citrix India. उनका मानना है कि जिस इंसान को नेगोशिएट करना आता है, नेगोशिएट मतलब बार्गेनिंग करनी आती है, जो लोगों से डील कर सकता है. नेक्स्ट इज डिसीजन मेकिंग. Yes, any problem?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So when we talk about the language proficiency, as Dr. Pallab Bandyopadhyay, Citrix India has done that. He says that decision making, reasoning and problem solving, ये चीजें हैं, conflict resolution है, ये आज की दुनिया में required है. मे बी कोई भी ग्रेजुएट हो, उसमें क्या होना चाहिए, उसे बात करना चाहिए, अपने डिमांड्स को भी नेगोशिएट इन ए प्रॉपर मैनर करना आना चाहिए, डिसीजन मेकिंग आनी चाहिए, रीजन एंड प्रॉब्लम, प्रॉपर रैशनल थिंकिंग होनी चाहिए. रैशनल थिंकिंग मीन्स ही इज नॉट बायस्ड, he thinks about, he takes the view of everything and then he tries to have the problem solving done. He should not be conflict creator, problem बढ़ाने वाला नहीं होना चाहिए, प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करवाने वाला होना चाहिए. ये आज की कट थ्रोट कंपटीशन के अंदर हमें ऐसे लोग चाहिए. दिस इज सेड बाय डॉक्टर पल्लव बंडोपाध्याय. टीना वास, हु इज HR कोलैबरा, सेज दैट द पर्सन जो अपने जिसका क्रिटिकल सॉफ्ट स्किल अच्छे होते हैं, दीज आर द पीपल हु आर एबल, वो लोग अपने मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से सारी इंफॉर्मेशन अपने एम्प्लॉयज तक पहुंचाने में मदद करते हैं. सो दैट इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल. नेक्स्ट इज रामन्ना वेमुरी. ही इज अ VP प्रोसेस एंड ऑपरेशन, Kignity Technologies. He talks that soft skill enhances an individual interactions, job performance, and career prospects. Emotional intelligence is the critical element that defines the core of soft skill in a person equipped with it. मतलब आपके पास अगर सॉफ्ट स्किल है तो आपकी करियर ग्रोथ अच्छी होती है. आपको इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस संभालना आता है. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस? When you're able to balance your emotion in the worst of the condition, you're able to maintain the emotions, you're able to balance them, then it is called as the maintaining the emotional intelligence, or you have a very good emotional quotient. कुछ रिक्रूटर्स की मैंने रिव्यू लिए हैं अलग अलग कंपनीज में से, तो वो रिक्रूटर्स आपसे क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? When I talk about that, the recruiters are expecting the 3 skills. What are the 3 skills? First, technical skills, the basic skill, whether you are a commerce graduate, science or arts or engineering graduate. Second है human skills. Human skills क्या है? मतलब आप लोगों से ग्रुप में किस तरीके से रहते हैं और 1-to-1 क्या डील करते हैं. And next is conceptual skills. Similarly, ये स्टडी एक कॉलमैन ने 2000 में किया था. He talked about जॉब स्किल्स, अडेप्टिव स्किल्स एंड ट्रांसफरेबल स्किल्स. मतलब आप किस तरीके की स्किल पॉसेस करते हैं, ये स्किल्स एक्सपेक्टेड है रिक्रूटर्स से. जो आपको जॉब दे रहे हैं उनको जॉब स्किल तो चाहिए, लेकिन साथ साथ आप उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अच्छे से अडेप्ट हो जाएं. आपको कहीं भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मूव कर दें तो भी आप ट्रांसफरेबल स्किल हो, नाराज नहीं होना चाहिए कि मुझे यहाँ से यहाँ ट्रांसफर कर दिया है. It is for your good sometimes. If you're getting a promotion, if you have that capability, your adaptability, ये बहुत बड़ा काम होता है. Next, केरेंस ने 2001 में एक स्टडी की थी जहां पे उन्होंने एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल के बारे में बताया. तो अगेन एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल के अंदर क्या क्या आ रहा है? 1 is communication skill. Next is confidence. आपका कॉन्फिडेंस क्या है? थर्ड is tolerance of change. आप बदलने के लिए तैयार कितना हो. The people who are rigid to change. Rigid होना मतलब आप बदलने के लिए तैयार ही नहीं हो. जो लोग बदलने के लिए तैयार नहीं होते उनके साथ काम करना very very difficult. I know I don't say that you accept everything whether it is good or bad, पर आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा that we need to have the tolerance of change. अपने आप को आप दुनिया के हिसाब से, रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से अपने आप को आप चेंज कर सको. एंड टीम वर्क इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट. एक एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी स्किल के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो आपकी टीम वर्क जो है, टीम वर्क सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है. यू आर अ गुड टीम मेंबर. इफ यू आर ए गुड टीम मेंबर, यू आर ऑलवेज वेलकम्ड इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो आप जब रेज्यूमे भी बनाते हैं, आई एम ए एक्सपर्ट इन रेज्यूमे मेकिंग, तो व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट इवन द रेज्यूमे, you have to make your CV or resume in such a manner that it reflects all your qualities, which talks about the employability skills, which talks about your you can say teamwork qualities, your negotiation qualities. These are the skills should be added into your resume. Next, there is a Katie has done in 2005. He says that the project don't fail. किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के प्रोजेक्ट किस लिए फेल होते हैं? वो इसीलिए फेल नहीं होते कि लोगों के पास टेक्निकल नॉलेज नहीं है. They all have the technical knowledge, but because of lack of interpersonal and communication skills. मतलब आपके नॉलेज की वजह से नहीं होते हैं, लेकिन नॉलेज के साथ जब आप एक दूसरे के साथ काम करते हो, you are not able to deal with people, and that the soft skill comes. So failure of many projects were not inadequate hard skills, but rather lack of soft skill. बोलते हैं ना, managers को काम करवाना आना चाहिए. When you say that he is a good leader or is a good manager, उसको काम निकालना आना चाहिए. वो soft skill है. If you want to you need to have the employability skill. तो आप में tolerance of change चाहिए. आपके पास good communication चाहिए. Again, I am telling you, communication does not mean speaking in a particular language. It means जो आपके पास ideas है, it should be transferred to the other person in the similar meaning. That is communication, and that lacks in organization, because we don't have intent to talk wrong, but we are not able to intend to communicate well, and that creates what? That creates some, you can say, miscommunication, misunderstanding. इसलिए सॉफ्ट स्किल अच्छी होनी बहुत जरूरी है. एक हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री में मैरी ने 2008 में सर्वे किया था, which talks about कि लोगों में टेक्नो सेवी होना बहुत जरूरी है. What do you mean by टेक्नो सेवी? टेक्नो सेवी होना मतलब आप लोग टेक्निकली, दिस इज वर्ल्ड ऑफ हाइब्रिड, यू नो, वी आर वर्चुअली कंडक्टिंग ए नेशनल सेमिनार, तो आपको टेक्नो सेवी होना ही पड़ेगा. टेक्निकली नो हाउ आपका बढ़ाना ही पड़ेगा. यू कैन नॉट से दैट आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू यूज इट, व्हाई शुड आई लर्न इट? You need to learn it, because major role अगर आप चाहते हैं तो एम्प्लॉय का कस्टमर फोकस एंड टेक्निकल सेवी एम्प्लॉयज होना बहुत ही जरूरी है, क्योंकि वो कस्टमर की डिमांड है. कुछ रिव्यूज मैंने लिए हैं कि आज हमने ग्रेजुएट्स का एक सर्वे किया और हमने पाया कि ये चीजें तो उसमें है ही नहीं, तो व्हाट इज लैकिंग? एक डेप्टी ने 2015 में सर्वे किया, उन्होंने बोला कि हमने ग्रेजुएट्स का सर्वे किया, एमबीए का सर्वे किया, कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट्स का सर्वे किया, एंड वी फाउंड दीज मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स. सॉफ्ट स्किल वर क्रिटिकल स्किल्स व्हिच आर रिक्वायर्ड. आपको वो रिक्वायरमेंट है कि ये चीजें आपके अंदर होनी चाहिए, बट व्हाट इज लैकिंग? एंट्री लेवल पे क्रिटिकल लीडरशिप रोल्स और सॉफ्ट स्किल तो बिल्कुल पाया ही नहीं गया उनके सर्वे में. एक और 2001 में एक सर्वे हुआ है, उसके अंदर ऐसा पाया किया गया है कि एम्प्लॉयज आर फोर्स्ड टू वेल आर्म्ड विद सॉफ्ट स्किल. अब कंपनियों ने टारगेट रखे हैं अपने मैनेजर्स के लिए. व्हाट आर द टारगेट्स? दे एक्सपेक्ट दैट आवर एम्प्लॉय शुड गो फॉर सॉफ्ट स्किल वर्कशॉप. उन्होंने लोग ले लिए जिनका टेक्निकली बहुत अच्छे हैं वो लोग, लेकिन लोगों में डील करना या बात अच्छे से करना ये उन्हें नहीं आता है. So we wanted them to learn this thing, and there was a threat that if you want to live in the company, you have the technical knowledge, but you need to learn the soft skill. एक और सर्वे 2019 में मणिशंकर जी ने किया था. He talked that MBA स्टूडेंट्स का उन्होंने सर्वे किया, और उन्होंने पाया importance of soft skill among the lower level executives is more especially due to the fresh professional qualification. उन्होंने पाया कि कुछ जो 10 साल पहले लोग ज्वाइन हो रहे थे उनमें इतनी सॉफ्ट स्किल अच्छी नहीं थी, पर आज के डेट में जैसे आप जानते हैं 2-2 क्रेडिट के लिए, 1-1 क्रेडिट के लिए काफी सारे ग्रेजुएट्स, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट कॉलेजेस आपको सॉफ्ट स्किल एज अ क्रेडिट ऑफर कर रहे हैं। तो वो कंपलसरी क्यों कर दिया है? क्योंकि आज एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए वो रिक्वायरमेंट है। नेक्स्ट, केली बोगेले ने 2014 में एक सर्वे किया वेयर ही टॉक्ड अबाउट कि अगर सॉफ्ट स्किल आपके पास है तो आपको ज्यादा सक्सेस मिलता है, ज्यादा जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है। क्यों ऐसा लग रहा है? क्योंकि आपके पास नॉलेज है। कई बार देखा होगा आपने, आपके टॉपर्स जो होते हैं वो विदाउट ए जॉब बैठे रहते हैं। हाउ इट इज हैपनिंग? Why it is happening? It is happening because the people don't understand the importance of soft skill and they are not ready for change. And if you're not ready for change, you're not going to get any benefits out of it. Next, एक 2016 का रिसर्च ऐसा कहता है कि साइंस एंड आर्ट्स के जो ग्रेजुएट्स हैं उनका सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है पुअर इन कम्युनिकेशन स्किल। वो जो कहना चाहते हैं वो बोल ही नहीं पाते। या तो लैंग्वेज बैरियर, मैंने कहा है लैंग्वेज इज नॉट ए बैरियर। You need to understand that communication is what you think should be able to be delivered properly. आपको वो बोलना आना चाहिए। And next is problem solving skill. मतलब प्रॉब्लम में, पहले तो बोलते हैं हम प्रॉब्लम में पढ़ना ही नहीं चाहते। But my dear students and dignitaries, when we are talking about this particular thing, we are, unless and until we want people who are able to solve the problem, we are not requiring the people who create the problem. So problem solving is a skill, very important skill which is required by the organization. Organization को ये skill चाहिए। Next is एक 2016 में सर्वे हुआ, वो कहता है कि मैनेजमेंट हो, कॉमर्स ग्रेजुएट हो, इनके अंदर ये स्किल्स चाहिए। कौन सी? नॉलेज होना चाहिए। नेक्स्ट, कम्युनिकेशन। एक होता है ओरिजिनलिटी। ओरिजिनलिटी क्या है? आपके पास बाकी लोगों से ज्यादा कुछ शेयर करने के लिए ज्यादा कुछ नॉलेज होना चाहिए। वो आपकी ओरिजिनल थॉट्स होने चाहिए, नॉट समथिंग विच इज बीन बोरोड। आई शुड हैव मोर ओन क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग। नेक्स्ट इज लीडरशिप स्किल्स। I should be able to lead. I should be able to lead my thoughts properly. Next, I should be able to have an analytical approach. Analyze करना। Analytical approach क्या होता है? How I'm able to understand one particular situation. How I'm able to gauge it. How I'm able to understand कि उसमें फायदे क्या है, नुकसान क्या है. That is called as analytical approach. Next is group behavior. आप किस तरीके से ग्रुप में सबऑर्डिनेट हो जाते हैं या आप ग्रुप को बिल्कुल भी अलग हो जाते हैं, वेदर यू आर टीम मेंबर, ग्रुप मेंबर। बॉडी लैंग्वेज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट। आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज आपकी पॉजिटिविटी दिखाती है, जैसे आपकी बैक स्ट्रेट हो, योर रेडीनेस टू वर्क। देन देयर आर मेनी, योर फेस ऑन योर स्माइल, योर आई कॉन्टैक्ट, these are different things which are included in body language, which is very important. Next is fluency. अगर आपके दिमाग में आइडियाज जो है वो क्लियर है, you don't have any doubts, then what happened? The fluency automatically comes. Next is initiative. Initiative means you should be self initiating some things. Initiate करना मतलब खुद होके आगे आना. This is a thing which I have in my mind and I would like to discuss with you all people. So, and self-awareness, where I am and what it is. So this is something, there are more researches which also talks about the oral communication, decision making. Then we'll go how to improve this thing. How to improve my soft skill. It is responsibility of both the faculties in the colleges. What I find is, unless and until the faculty make the student understand what are the things required in the market, first of all, we need to make them industry ready. मार्केट में भेजने से पहले एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए हमें उनको रेडी करना पड़ेगा। रेडी किस तरीके से करेंगे? उन्हें छोटे छोटे आपको प्रोजेक्ट्स करवाने पड़ेंगे। किस प्रकार के प्रोजेक्ट? टीम वर्क। माय परसेप्शन इज टीम वर्क इज लर्न्ड इन कॉलेज। कैसे टीम वर्क? ग्रुप प्रोजेक्ट्स दे दो उनको, make them having a group project, group presentations in which they can learn. They should first of all allow themselves to make mistake. आजकल क्या होता है, हमसे एक गलती हो जाती है and we are not ready to understand what it is. So first thing is we should be able to allow ourselves to make mistakes. खुद को गलती करने के लिए allow करो. और कॉलेज की तरफ से मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि you should always have 1 credit or maybe a workshop kind of soft skill programs and presentations which will make the students work in group. They understand what are group problems, group dynamics में क्या problem होता है जब दो लोग मिलके साथ में एक topic पे काम करते हैं, तो उससे वो learn करता है adaptability, compromises, understanding and a good interpersonal skills. और presentation सीखेगा तो you'll be industry ready. First he'll work on the computers to making slides and other things. तो industry ready हो जाएगा. Next is उसको next thing he'll learn is making good eye contact. कई लोग बेचारे stage पे कभी जाते ही नहीं हैं. But my thing is till graduation all students at least should go once on the stage and learn how to speak positively. Active listening क्या होती है, appropriate respond किस तरीके से किया जाता है अगर कोई present कर रहा है आपके सामने, ये आप कब सीख पाओगे अगर कॉलेज लेवल पे ग्रुप प्रेजेंटेशन मेंटरिंग प्रोग्राम हो, आप उनको गाइड करो किस तरीके से किया जा सकता है. नेक्स्ट इज प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग एंड लीडरशिप. ये सारे nobody is born leader, we all know that. तो लीडरशिप इज डेवलप्ड विद टाइम, एक्सपीरियंस एंड नॉलेज. तो क्या होगा जब आप ग्रुप में एक्टिविटी कॉलेज में करेंगे, एक तो मैंने कहा ग्रुप में करना सीख जाएंगे, कम्युनिकेट करना सीख जाएंगे, इंटरपर्सनल सीख जाएंगे, फिर सीखेंगे वो हैंडलिंग कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स एंड प्रॉब्लम इफेक्टिवली. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय हैंडलिंग कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स एंड प्रॉब्लम इफेक्टिवली? जब ग्रुप में आप काम देते हैं, कोई बोलता है तू बना देना, कोई मैं बना दूंगा, आई एम गुड एट दिस, आई एम गुड एट दैट. बट when you want to work in a group, कई बार झगड़े होंगे, भाई तूने तो कुछ काम ही नहीं किया, you did not do any work. So when they, even after having so much of conflict, they resolve it and they present it in a group, that is called as handling conflict and problem effectively. And if they start doing it at the college level, they are never going to have this problem when they go in the industry. Develop effective communication skill, no doubt. Even we talk about communication is not about speaking in English, but yes, industry require it because it is now a global world. And when we talk about working, the companies and multinationals have entered into market and they expect the people to speak. So when we start doing the projects in English only, so what will happen is galtiyan karoge, lekin slowly and gradually we will create our own vocabulary at least जिससे आप अपने आप को अच्छी तरीके से प्रेजेंट कर पाओगे. I hope I am making myself clear. Now how अभी इंटरव्यू के लिए अभी नेक्स्ट मैं बता रही हूँ कि भाई एक्टिंग क्या करनी है. अभी जब हमने सॉफ्ट स्किल सीख ली है तो व्हाट इज एक्सपेक्टेड बाय द इंटरव्यूअर्स. The interview, it's all about judging you. But most of the time, there are different types of interviews. When we go for conducting it, I conduct many interviews for the industries. When we go there, I know, see, documents have already come. The resume has already come to me. I have already read it. But still, I ask the question on that because I want to check your confidence. I want to check your communication. I want to check your the way you talk, how to handle them. And if I intervene you, आपको मैं कहीं बीच में रोक के किसी आपके प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में पूछ लेती हूँ, I try to check your nervousness. I try to check how do you handle the questions. ये सारे soft skill का part है. The first is the game of facts and figures. You have given everything in your resume. Still, I try to ask you in order to see whether you're confident about yourself and whether you show the leadership roles or leadership qualities. Second is demonstrating conflict resolution abilities. Matlab, when the interviewer talks about conflict you have handled, there are many questions asked. आपको पूछा जाता है कि कॉलेज लेवल पे या अपने स्कूल लेवल पे कोई ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट किया था जहाँ पे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट अराइज हुई थी, उसको आपने किस तरीके से सॉल्व किया? कोई डिस्कशन हुई होगी, हॉट डिस्कशन, झगड़ा, किस तरीके से आपने हैंडल किया? द वे यू आंसर, जिस तरीके से आप जवाब देते हैं, that tells that whether you are a person who can handle the conflict, या आप डर के भाग जाते हैं। कोई लोग कहीं झगड़ा होता है झट से भाग के वहां से निकल जाते हैं। तो that is a situation, whether you are a situation a solver or you're running away from the situation. Now the science behind confidence, see, when you're in an interview, the nervousness is required. डर होना ही चाहिए। हम बोलते हैं डर के आगे जीत है, तो डर जरूरी है। डर क्रिएट्स मेक्स यू टू पुट मोर एफर्ट्स। आप ज्यादा मेहनत करते हो आप जब नर्वस होते हो, पर नर्वस शुड शो योर पॉजिटिव साइड, उसमें आपकी गलत साइड नहीं दिखनी चाहिए। अगर आप नर्वस हो तो डरो, डरना जरूरी भी है, लेकिन आप पॉजिटिव वे में उसको दिखाना चाहिए। दैट इज एक्सपेक्टेड बाय इन एन इंटरव्यू। नेक्स्ट, माइंड योर बॉडी लैंग्वेज ऑल द टाइम। बॉडी लैंग्वेज क्या है? पहले तो सिट स्ट्रेट, बैक हमेशा आपकी स्ट्रेट होनी चाहिए। कई लोगों को हाथ हिलाने की, ऐसे से बैंग करने की या पांव हिलाने की आदत होती है। डोंट डू दैट। मेंटेन अ प्रॉपर आई कॉन्टैक्ट। हमेशा इंटरव्यूअर के साथ आई कॉन्टैक्ट मेंटेन होना चाहिए। एंड अ स्माइल शुड ऑलवेज बी देयर ऑन फेस। That is a body language which comes under soft skill, which is very, very important. Now, relevance of soft skill for personality development among students. Abhi personality development means it should be a part of your what is expected when we talk about soft skill of personality development. First, you can say it is empathy. What do you mean by empathy? Empathy मतलब सब लोग बोलते हैं मेरे प्रॉब्लम तो कोई समझता ही नहीं है। एम्पैथी मीन्स सामने वाले को आप अपने आप को सामने वाले की जगह के रख के सोचे कि अगर मैं उसकी जगह होता तो क्या होता। दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज कॉल्ड एज एम्पैथी। एम्पैथी या एम्पैथाइज करना मतलब सामने वाले को बारे में सोचना, अगर मैं उसकी जगह होती तो हाउ वुड आई फेल्ट। अगर आप एम्पैथाइज करना सीख जाओगे, then you will be the best person who will be employed everywhere. But empathy doesn't mean pitying somebody. किसी के ऊपर दया करना नहीं होता है। Empathy means understanding the right thing and doing the right thing. Next is coaching and mentoring. आपको, it is for all the students as well as the faculties, wherein coaching and mentoring is most important. You know, students are learning, they are the beginners in their career, but faculties have already known about it. So it is more important that the mentoring sessions has to be done compulsorily. And in mentoring, we try to coach our students about what is going on in the world, what is the employment market, where are the more career options in the market. This should be guided and mentored well by the faculties to the students. And even the students who are well aware about the employment news and all, they should discuss, they should talk to their faculties, they should talk to the teachers and try to understand what it is. Next is personality development. We are learning one by one. आप अभी आज national conference attend कर रहे हैं. You can attend the various workshop at MICA, AMA, IIMs, different institutions which give very beautiful पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम। ये पर्सनालिटी डेवलप कैसे होगी? एक दिन में होती है? नहीं होती है। ये स्टेप बाय स्टेप होता है। वन बाय वन लेवल यू गो अप। इन दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग वी ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड कि what I was when I did my 12th standard, what I was when I came in first year, when I completed my graduation, मुझ में क्या बदलाव आया। और ये बदलाव पॉजिटिव होना चाहिए। नई नई चीजें, सॉफ्ट स्किल, लोगों से समझना, एम्पैथाइज करना, खुद की स्किल एनहांस करना, स्टेप बाय स्टेप करके अपने आप में रोज एक इम्प्रूवमेंट दिखनी चाहिए। हमने टारगेट रखना है कि मुझे ये इम्प्रूवमेंट मुझ में लानी है। दैट इज कॉल्ड एज पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट। नेक्स्ट इज मोटिवेशन। आज की दुनिया में बहुत कम लोग होते हैं जो एक दूसरे को मोटिवेट करते हैं। आजकल लेग पुलिंग बहुत ज्यादा होती है। If somebody is growing, we want to pull that person down. So what we are expecting is, we are talking about the people who are self-motivated. Yes, there are some people जो आपको शायद मोटिवेट करें, लेकिन हमें क्या सोचना है, सेल्फ मोटिवेशन करना है. अगर सॉफ्ट स्किल खुद को रोज बोलना चाहिए, यस आई कैन डू इट, आई विल डू इट, आई एम एबल टू डू इट. This is something, a soft skill which is required in an individual. Depressing is not going to be helping you. It is something which we want to do it. आपको खुद self motivate होना पड़ेगा if you really want to survive in this market. Next is negotiation. When we talk about negotiation, as I said, I should be able to deal with all type of problem and all type of people. अलग-अलग तरीके के लोगों से डील करना आना चाहिए, लोगों अलग-अलग तरीके की situations को डील करना आना चाहिए. When we try to talk to people, हम लोगों से बात करते वक्त हमेशा ये सोचना है कि हम किस प्रकार के लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं. We need to do the background study. आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, बैकग्राउंड पूरा स्टडी करना पड़ेगा, किसके साथ मैं बात कर रही हूँ, किस प्रकार से मैं बात कर रही हूँ. तो नेगोशिएशन मुझे पता होना चाहिए किसके पास से किस तरीके से मैं काम निकाल सकती हूँ. That is called as negotiation skills. Next is time management. आजकल की दुनिया में किसी के पास टाइम ही नहीं है. It is not about that. It is everyone has 24 hours. But how do we manage it? किस प्रकार से हम मैनेज करेंगे. हमें पता होना चाहिए किस चीज को क्या प्रेफरेंस देना है. मुझे पता होना चाहिए what is my preference, what are my priorities. मेरी प्रायोरिटीज क्या है, मैं क्या चाहती हूँ. मुझे अगर मैनेज करना है प्रॉपरली, if you're well managed, if you're able to manage the time well, nobody can stop your hand. आपको कोई नहीं रोक सकता. You will be best in your career. वो इंसान जो अपने आप के करियर में फोकस करना चाहता है, वो सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट चीज करे, अपने लाइफ के टाइम मैनेजमेंट को प्रॉपर. He should be able to manage his time. He or she is able to manage the time properly. Nobody can stop her or him in his career. So time management is the most important soft skill one should possess. Next is creativity. When I talk about creativity, सब एक दिशा में सोचते हैं, right? What I am, how I can think differently, किसको वैल्यू मिलती है. आप बताओगे. हम अगर सोचते हैं कि किसे वैल्यू मिलेगी, उस इंसान को वैल्यू मिलती है जो दुनिया से अलग हट के सोच सकता है, who can think out of box, who can be creative, who can be innovative. Creative, innovative क्या है, जो हर कोई सोचता है वैसा आप भी सोचते हो, तो you are not differentiating yourself. It doesn't mean कि extreme सोचो, but yes, it has to be something which nobody had ever thought. और इसके लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, you need to put your 100% in order to produce the things. If you are able to think properly, तो ये आप creative हो सकते हो. अलग से सोचना आना चाहिए. You can be creative when you want to have them. Last is communication. मैंने कहा जो मेरे दिमाग में है, वो सामने वाले के दिमाग में भी जो मैसेज मैं पहुंचाना चाह रही हूँ, वो मैसेज उसी तरीके से जाना चाहिए. कई बार क्या होता है, मैं दिखाने जाती हूँ 6 और सामने वाला उसको 9 समझ लेता है. And there the problem comes. So when we talk about communication, first thing is try to communicate in English. English doesn't mean you need to speak very high level English. You can be very basic. And if you're in the beginning, you can combine your vernacular language with English and start speaking. At least give it a try. Because unless and until we talk, we will not have the vocabulary which is required to speak. So first of all, we need to generate the vocabs. So ये आपको करना पड़ेगा. ये सारी skills हैं. ये मैं आपको इसीलिए बता रही हूँ कि these are the skills कि जो आज market demand करता है. I'm a recruiter also. I'm working as a consultant. और market में जो हम resume देखते हैं, आधे तो लोगों के resume में उनकी खुद की information proper नहीं होती. So when we understand that, when you're talking about soft skill, अरे अपना resume में क्या लिखा है वो नहीं पता होता है. We take copy from somebody else and change the names and keep the resume with the industry people or the HR people. What HR people see? कि 10 resume आया, सिर्फ नाम बदला हुआ है, father name is changed, address is changed, remaining everything is same. क्या करेंगे फिर? सो दिस इज समथिंग आपको अपने लिए पहले तो क्रिएटिवली थिंक करना है कि व्हाट आर माय स्किल्स. टुडे वी हैव लर्न सो मेनी स्किल्स व्हाट वी कैन हैव. सॉफ्ट स्किल, ये सारी चीजें आपको अपने रेज्यूमे के स्किल के पार्ट में आपको एडअप करना आना चाहिए. एडअप कैसे करोगे? स्किल्स एक स्किल होता है. स्किल, व्हाट आर द स्किल्स यू हैव, तो आपको पुट अप करना आना चाहिए. फर्स्ट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल इज इंटरपर्सनल स्किल, ये आपको डालना ही चाहिए. देन सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड, a better group member, team member, a good team member or work member, a good negotiator. ये सारी क्या है? These are the soft skill which the industry wants. Industry यही skill अपने जो नए कैंडिडेट मार्केट में आ रहे हैं, the fresh graduates and the post graduates जो मार्केट में आ रहे हैं, उनसे ये सारी चीजें वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं. और होता क्या है, हम मार्केट में ब्लैंक हेडेड जाते हैं. व्हेन वी से दैट वी गो ब्लैंक हेडेड मींस हमें पता ही नहीं होता कि मार्केट को क्या चाहिए, व्हाट द इंडस्ट्री इज एक्सपेक्टिंग फ्रॉम अस. जॉब कैंडिडेट से हम क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं? फर्स्ट, अ प्लीजिंग पर्सनालिटी. अब पर्सनालिटी कोई बोलेगा मेरे को भगवान ने ऐसा बनाया तो आई कैन नॉट चेंज माई सेल्फ. इट इज नॉट अबाउट लुक्स माई डियर. वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट लुक्स. इट इज द पर्सनालिटी, व्हाट यू कैरी, द वे यू लुक, the way you smile, the way you have the positive attitude makes you beautiful. So it is very important that we need to understand कि आप first thing is positivity. ये soft skill का part है. We need to be very, very positive. उसके बाद आपको क्या करना है? Have a good body language. Next, you need to have a good communication skill. Next, you should be able to ये कह सकते हैं negotiate, और we need to have a first time management properly. जब आप ये सारी चीजें करते हैं तो क्या होता है, सामने वाला ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी तरफ इन्फ्लुएंस होता है कि he is a better candidate. The etiquettes and mannerisms. What do you mean by etiquettes and mannerisms? आपकी आदतें, आपका बिहेवियर, किस तरीके से अपने हाथ को आप मूव करते हैं, कैसे आप बैठते हो, उठते हो, how you keep your neckline, how you keep your back. ये छोटी छोटी बातें हैं जो सॉफ्ट स्किल के अंदर आती हैं, जो आप जब इंटरव्यू के लिए जाते हो तो सबसे पहले आपका इंप्रेशन डालती है. So as a soft skill trainer, I would request everybody to start slowly and gradually learning this. When I say slowly and gradually, today you can take few points and put down in your notebook कि from today I'm going to sit erect. सीधा बैठूंगी, neckline straight होगी, I will keep a smile on my face, and whenever I talk to somebody, I will have an eye contact. Eye contact doesn't mean that you are gazing at somebody. वो gazing नहीं करनी है. Whenever there is a positive response, हम सिर हिला के हाँ बोलते हैं. That is body language के अंदर आपको nodding करना है. Nodding करना मतलब सिर आगे पीछे करना है. Make a smile, make a good eye contact. Have a positive body language. कई लोग आते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है पाँव भी घसीट के चलते हैं, आपने देखा होगा, पाँव भी नहीं उठाते चलते वक्त. ऐसे इंसान को मैं तो मेरे यहाँ जॉब में कभी रखूंगी? नो. व्हाई? भाई जो अपना पाँव नहीं उठा रहा चलते वक्त, वो मेरी कंपनी में काम के लिए पाँव कहाँ उठाएगा? And sit on the chair properly. Very important. If you're sitting on the chair, अगर आप फैल के पूरे पीठे टिक के बैठते हो, I will never appoint you. Why? Because whenever I want to hire a candidate, मुझे अगर मेरी कंपनी में कोई कैंडिडेट लेना है, तो first thing I see is whether in which type or how he's sitting on a chair. He should sit like the moment I speak something, he should be able to get up from his chair. That is a positive, optimistic attitude of a candidate. So it is very important that body language plays a very, very important role when I talk about selecting a candidate. That is a pleasant face, smiling face with a good eye contact, straight posture, not moving your hand or legs continuously. Don't put your hands. There are many things which are comes in the body language. That is a positivity. The next thing comes is good communication. Greet the people. लोगों को ठीक से आप Good morning, good evening, good day, have a good day, have a nice day. That's a positive communication. Communicate in minimum words whatever you want to communicate. Don't use long sentences. Long sentences creates problem. You know, idealistic, what are the what an ideal sentence it should be? The idealistically, there should not be more than 10 words in a sentence. Shocking, isn't it? But yes, small sentences to the point, it should be giving the meaning. Next is, you should be self-motivated. Even though the interviewer is not trying to talk to you properly, be positive. Yes, I am motivated. Be self-motivated. Try to talk in a positive manner. So these are some of the things which are required in an interview. Now, first, I would like to brief the last slides, wherein we talk about these two attributes and abilities जो आप में चाहिए as a student. जैसे हमारा student crowd है, I want them to have these personal attributes and interpersonal abilities. And we'll promise each other that out of these 8 and out of these 7, total 15 things are there. I will try 2 of each in every month. मैं हर महीने 2 करके I will learn these things in my life and I will utilize when I go out in the industry for the job. So personal attributes में क्या है? Optimism. Optimism क्या होता है? एक कई लोग होते हैं ना कि हर चीज में उनको अच्छाई दिखाई देती है. They are always optimistic towards life. कि भाई ऐसा होगा वैसा होगा. I think that is the best quality of an individual. जो आपको soft skill, जो सबसे अच्छी soft skill है, that is optimism. कभी अपना विश्वास हारना नहीं है. And always from the negativity also you have to think that something right or good is going to happen. That is called as optimism. Next is emotional intelligence. एक तो optimism में कई लोग आपको मिलेंगे, भाई मेरे साथ ही ऐसा होता है, मेरे साथ ही बुरा होता है, I am the culprit. कभी भी ऐसे लोगों के साथ नहीं रहना चाहिए. ऑप्टिमिज्म के बारे में बहल बोल रही हूँ. ऑप्टिमिस्टिक लोगों के साथ रहना चाहिए, पेसिमिज्म में नहीं रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि पेसिमिज्म इज कंटेजियस. कंटेजियस मतलब एक से दूसरे को बीमारी लग जाती है उसकी. सो पेसिमिस्ट लोगों के साथ कम रहो. बी विद ऑप्टिमिस्टिक, ज्यादा लोगों के साथ रहो, which will help you to motivate yourself. Next is emotional intelligence. When I talk about emotional intelligence, कई लोग बात बात पे रोने लग जाते हैं. बात बात में they find somebody like मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ, I am not able to handle the situations. But emotionally अगर अपने आप को आप balance कर पाते हो, emotional quotient को maintain कर पाते हो, then you will be able to survive in any type of organization, even though there is n number of pressure. आपको कितना भी pressure होने दो, आप उस organization के अंदर survive कर सकते हो. Next is responsibility. Take responsibilities of your wrong and your right. सब लोग right के लिए responsibility जरूर लेते हैं कि भाई ये अच्छा काम मैंने ही किया है, पर ये भी सीखो कि गलत भी किया है तो उसकी responsibility लो. क्यों? Because it's a learning lesson what I got from this doing wrong. मेरे से गलती हुई है, next time I will try to make it right. तो try to take the responsibilities. हमें वो लोग पसंद होते हैं जो जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं. So try to accept the responsibilities. Next, a good sense of humor, most required. आजकल के लोगों में तो पता नहीं क्या हो गया, sense of humor तो खत्म ही हो गया. Everybody gets offended. कुछ भी बोलो, मुझ पर बोला होगा. Why भाई? Take it lightly. Accept it that sense of humor आपका इतना अच्छा होना चाहिए कि even something goes on your personal characteristics, laugh and let it go. Because if you're going to get the troubles into your mind, आप दुखी होगे, सामने वाला तो खुश है आपको दुखी करके, तो why you want to get upset? To have accepted the way it is. Next is integrity. जिस भी organization के साथ, जिस भी work ग्रुप के साथ आप काम कर रहे हो, उसकी तरह हमेशा आपकी इंटीग्रिटी होनी चाहिए. What do you mean by integrity? Integrity मतलब इतना विश्वास उनको आप पर होना चाहिए कि this is a person जिसको काम सौंप दो तो वो अच्छे से ही करेगा. और आपका भी एटीट्यूड ऐसा होना चाहिए कुछ भी हो मैं ये काम को अच्छे से करूंगा या करूंगी. तो integrity is most important. If your integrity towards company and integrity even towards your college, it gives you a added advantage. Next is time management. I spoke about earlier also. हर इंसान को 24 घंटा मिल रहा है, पर जो इंसान अपने 24 घंटे को अच्छे तरीके से यूटिलाइज कर सकता है, बिकॉज ये कॉलेज डेज एंड दीज आर few 3 to 5 years most important years of life which can decide how you're going to live in future. जिंदगी आपको कैसे बितानी है, whether it will be very beautiful or it will be disastrous, it is totally on this 3 to 5 years of your education. So you have to decide आपको किस तरीके से जीना है. So you have to manage your time in learning good things. Next is motivation. I just spoke. Self-motivation is the best motivation. If you're surrounded by good people who are there to motivate you, you're blessed that you're in college days. There are many faculties who will be guiding you and motivating you. It's really good. But still remember, self-motivation is the best motivation. Next is creativity, out of box thinking. कुछ नया सोचो, कुछ नया करो, हमेशा उसकी वैल्यू होती है. हम बोलते हैं ट्रेंड की बात करते हैं, हम बोलते हैं मार्केट में ये चल रहा है, वो चल रहा है, बट मार्केट क्या चल रहा है, what you have never thought about and market is doing that. तो हमेशा क्रिएटिविटी की वैल्यू हमेशा होती है. ये आपके पर्सनल एट्रीब्यूट्स के पॉइंट हो गए. जैसे मैंने कहा इसको लाइफ में इंप्लीमेंट करो. मैंने नहीं कहूंगी एक साथ सारे इंप्लीमेंट करो, दो दो करके हमेशा अपनी लाइफ में इंप्लीमेंट करते जाओ, so that you can be a better person for the industry. Next है इंटरपर्सनल एबिलिटीज. मैंने आपको बताया था इंटरपर्सनल क्या है, लोगों से इंटरैक्ट करना, लोगों से बात करना, किस तरीके से हम कर सकते हैं. पहले आपको एम्पैथेटिक होना पड़ेगा, दूसरों की जगह अपने आप को रख के देखना है, अगर मैं उसकी जगह होती तो कैसा होता. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एम्पैथी. नेक्स्ट इज शो योर लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज, व्हाट आई एम, how I will able to handle this particular situation. That is called as leadership quality. Next is communication. That is communicating well. That is whatever you want to say or whatever you want to communicate as an idea expression, it should be delivered in a similar manner. Good manners and etiquettes. मैंने कहा आपका behavior, आप जिस तरीके से रहते हैं, जिस तरीके से, मैं नहीं बोलती कि आपके पास बड़ा wardrobe होना चाहिए या ज्यादा कपड़े होने चाहिए, नहीं. It is whatever you have, you should be able to carry them well. Carry them well, behave well. Mannerisms and etiquettes, there is a small difference. Good manners are what we are being taught from the childhood. अपने मम्मी पापा दादा दादी आपको सबने सिखाया होगा कि हमें कैसे रहना चाहिए, क्या होना चाहिए. That is called as good manners. And when we talk about etiquettes, etiquettes is acting of manners. अब बोलोगे मैडम क्या बोल रहे हो आप, बट गुड मैनर्स हमें अंदर तक होते हैं हमारे में. और एटिकेट्स क्या है, जैसे हम घर में बैठे होते तो अच्छे से नहीं बैठते, लेकिन वही शादियों में जाते हैं, सबके पांव छुओ, नमस्ते करो, मेंटेन ए स्माइल. आर दिस रियल? वी ट्राई टू हैव व्हेनेवर वी गो टू अ पर्टिकुलर डेकोरम. जैसे आप किसी ऑफिस में जाते हो तो प्रोफेशनली ड्रेसअप होके जाते हो, प्रोफेशनली हर चीज कैरी करते हो. सिमिलरली जैसे आप गुड मैनर्स रखते हो, आपको एटिकेट्स भी स्टडी करने पड़ेंगे कि किस प्रकार के एटिकेट्स होते हैं जो मार्केट में रिक्वायर्ड है. नेक्स्ट इज सोशियबिलिटी. सोशियबिलिटी मीन्स आपको लोगों से इंटरैक्ट करना है, आपको लोगों से बातें करनी है, सोशल होना है. सोशल मीन्स डजंट मीन दैट doing just time pass. No, talking to people from where we can learn something or the other. आपको किसी भी, you can talk to a 80 years old man and you can talk to a 8 years boy also. We get something to learn. We try to be social. We should try to be connected. Next is ability to teach. आपको लोगों को सिखाना भी आना चाहिए. It is very important that when we try to learn, well, if you're teaching somebody, it is learning twice, as well as we are able to understand how it is to be done. And last is problem solving. Problem creator nahi hona hai hame, problem solver hona hai, so that we can be a better person and the organization can adapt us and take us. Why? Because we are not running away from the problem. हमें problem में खड़ा होना है. जैसे case study पढ़ाई जाती है. If you have in your graduation, in the post graduation we have the case studies wherein we try to identify first the problem. Problem solve होता इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि हमें पहले तो पता ही नहीं चलता कि problem है क्या. So it is first the identifying the problem and then solving it. That is all about case study. So we try to end up there by summing up the 4 points: relevance of soft skill in the student's life. That is for creating a healthy and productive work environment. आपको जितने भी मैंने आज सॉफ्ट स्किल डिस्कस किए हैं, ये किस लिए जरूरी है कि एक हेल्दी प्रोडक्टिव वर्क एनवायरनमेंट हो. इसके लिए हमें बहुत जरूरी है कि हम अपने अंदर सॉफ्ट स्किल, या वी ट्राई टू लर्न एंड हैव द सॉफ्ट स्किल इन अस. इफिशिएंसी इन डीलिंग विद चैलेंज. अगर आपके पास अच्छी सॉफ्ट स्किल है, आप लोगों के साथ अच्छे से डील कर सकते हैं, आप चैलेंजेस एक्सेप्ट कर सकते हैं, आप चैलेंजेस के वक्त अपने आप को घबराहट महसूस नहीं करेंगे. ओवरऑल पर्सनालिटी डेवलप होगी आपको. आप जहां जाओगे वहां लोग बोलेंगे वाओ, you have changed so much, you have grown so much. When we talk about grown or changed so much, it means that कि आपने कितनी अच्छी स्किल अपने आप में अडॉप्ट की है. आपने पढ़ाई तो की है, पर साथ साथ आपके अंदर जो पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट हुआ है, जो आपने हार्ड एंड सॉफ्ट स्किल दोनों सीखी है, दैट मेक्स इट मोर इम्पैक्टफुल. एंड लास्ट इज डिमांड ऑफ टुडेज टाइम. आज आपको अगर सॉफ्ट स्किल नहीं सीख पाते हो, आप कितनी भी डिग्रियां ले लो, if you don't have the soft skill in you, if you're not able to talk to people in a proper manner, you're not able to survive in the market. So it is very important to my dear students and the dignitaries who are there. It is my first request to the college also that they should have the mentoring where they can guide them in the soft skill and employability skills which are required in the market. Other than the subjects, we need to have the soft skill things. You can have a workshop, or we can have an weekly sessions for that, wherein the students can learn the soft skills, the communication skill, and the different presentations they are capable of doing it. So they can grow with their soft skill for the, which will make them industry ready. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your information. A great knowledge you have shared about the soft skill and personality development about the commercial sector. I am very much thankful to you. Now, I would like to request SB Godse ma'am, please extend the vote of thanks for this session.
Good afternoon all. It's an honor to offer a vote of thanks on the occasion of the second session of the National Conference on Emerging Trend in Commerce and Management, Economics and Information Technology on the behalf of DP Bhosle College, Department of Commerce, Economics and BCA. I would like to thank Dr. Revati Deshpande ma'am, valuable guidance of soft skill in the workplace in need of achieve career growth, for sharing the valuable knowledge and insight in today's conference. She focused on different soft skills, importance of soft skills and various view of industries, proper communications, and also time management and change is necessary for employment requirements. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you again to give valuable time for us in our busy schedules. I would like to thank all the participants, dear students, dignitaries, and all faculties. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Now, without further delay, we move towards the third session. I would like to request Mr. K.S. Jadhav, sir, please introduce the third session. Over to you, Jadhav, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon all. Honorable resource person, delegates, faculty members, students, and all the participants. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our resource person for this third plenary session, Dr. Rima Thareja ma'am. Currently, she is working as assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee College, University of Delhi. She has completed MCA in software engineering, MPhil in computer, and PhD in the area of improving data warehousing quality. She has 70+ years of teaching experience and specializes in programming languages, operating systems, microprocessors, database management system, multimedia, and WAME technologies. Dr. Thareja has published 22 research papers in national and international journals of review. She has done projects on the quality monitoring of ATM networks and on steganography in Center for Development of Telematics and Defense Research and Development Organization, respectively. Along with this, she has supervised several projects in data sciences. Under her supervision, students have developed projects on online complaint mechanism, result prediction, and online test generator. She is lifetime member of Computer Society of India. Special quality of Dr. Thareja is about her books. She is author of 25 books. Some of them are data warehousing, data structures using C, Python programming, programming in C, object-oriented programming with C++, computer fundamentals and programming in C, information technology and its application in business, etc. Her recently published book is Data Science and Machine Learning with Python. All these books are published by Oxford University Press. She is youngest author of Oxford University Press and also best-selling author of Oxford University Press. Not only this, but she also has an experience as co-author for 14 books. She has invited as a speaker for Global Virtual Summit to be held in New York. She has filed 3 patents also. So I feel very happy for having such a young and dynamic resource person with us. I welcome Dr. Reema Thareja ma'am and requesting her to start her talk on the topic Emerging Technologies in Artificial Intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for introducing me. And I congratulate the college for holding this event. I'm sure we all, actually the last session that I attended was very good and informative, and I hope the entire session will also be equally good. So I'll just quickly share my screen so that we can go ahead with the PPT. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, sir. I'm not able to run the slide. Slideshow is not happening. Okay, so my topic is artificial intelligence. Like, to be very honest, I myself don't believe in this term. Like intelligence, first, I think we should concentrate on improving our intelligence rather than making machines intelligent. Do you know one thing, that even till today, so much progress has been done in the field of medical sciences and in the field of computer technology, but there is no medicine. There was coronavirus, and we have a vaccine for that. But for ages, we have no vaccine, no medicine for treating our brain diseases. You know, some of them, Alzheimer's, are so common. Many are there. Any disease related to brain is not curable. I hope you all believed, comply with me. But then we are trying to make machines intelligent. But what do we mean by making machines intelligent? Here we mean that machines should be able to think as we humans do, so that they can solve the problems that we solve, and with the same accuracy. And in fact, we want machines to do it better than us. So it's all a journey. I will take you through this journey and see where we lie up till now. So how does AI work? Actually, see, it is said that when we are seeing something, we are not just seeing with our eyes. We are actually seeing with our brain. We are seeing with our conscious. We are seeing with our heart. Because when we talk to somebody, immediately our eyes see and our brain work. How do we have to reply? How to react? We want to ignore this person. We want to talk to it. What should be our body expression? So a lot of things goes. It is said that when we see one thing, billions of transactions take place in our body, in our mind. So can we replicate the same things in a machine is a big question. See, so but anyways, how does AI work? We give a lot of data to the machine. We give it a lot of patterns. Like if I give machines a fruit basket, and I will tell the machine anything that is round and red in color is termed as apple. Anything that is orange in color and round, it is orange. Anything that is yellow in color and cylindrical, it is a banana. So I'm giving the data to the machine. I'm labeling that data so that next time I show you a fruit, the machine is able to tell me that this is that fruit. So this is how it works. So and the main technique, the main idea behind AI programming is to develop cognitive skills like learning, reasoning, and correction. And in fact, our human life goes in all these three domains. When are we going to train the machines? So in a layman's term, we know that we are trying to make the machines learn from experiences, adjust to new inputs, and perform human-like tasks. We all have seen that when we use WhatsApp, we get some replies, we automatically get some emojis. What is this? This is artificial intelligence imbibed in a messaging app. When we get a Gmail, you read the reply and they will automatically tell you, they give you options. You should reply this, you should reply that. In fact, the moment you are typing the message, Gmail will automatically tell you there is an error. You should write it like this. So what is it? It is intelligence imbibed in the machine, right? Even we have Microsoft Word telling you all this. So this is all correction mistake, grammatical mistakes. So it is an intelligence only. So when we use Google Maps, it automatically tell you what is the shortest path. You can go from this place, that place. This is the closest restaurant is there. Petrol pump is there. So how is it doing? It is a lot of data has been fed into the system and it intelligently makes decision and replies. Similarly, when we are surfing the net, we often see ads. We see a book and tens of books are recommended to us of similar title or from similar author. When we buy we want to buy a dress, so many dresses would be recommended even when we have bought that dress. So all this is recommendation engine works using artificial intelligence. When we're using Facebook, Instagram, or any social media, they suggest us friends. Again, how do they know? Similar interest people are recommended as friends. Similarly, we see news feed on Facebook. So if I read suppose news about science and technology, I prefer to read. So it will show me more news about science and technology. If I'm more interested in politics, it will show me more news about. So how does it knows? It learns data about me, what I'm watching more. So that will be recommended to me. So it is not that artificial intelligence is a very new term. It is actually there from long back. But artificial intelligence could not flourish. Why it could not flourish is because machines didn't have that much data. In 1950s, back in 1940s, very few users of computers were there. Only scientists, researchers. Slowly, the computers began to be used by humans. And now you see, so much data is there that we are now, in this stage, it has become a nuisance for us. How are we going to handle 10 years later? So much audio data, video data coming from WhatsApp, IoT devices. It is said that there are more machines on this planet than humans. And see the amount of data that is being collected. Even if we delete a message, delete a picture from a mobile, that data you cannot never delete any data permanently. That data is always stored on the suppose WhatsApp server, Gmail server. And you see global heat warming. Why is this happening? Because see, one computer generates so much heat. You need air conditioners in the room, if in the lab rooms. And imagine big rooms having so many hard disks working together, big data centers. So a lot of heat is generated. So initially, what is the problem is AI could not flourish because initially we didn't have data. Now we have a lot of data that can be fed to the machines. So artificial intelligence was started when we had the Turing test by Alan Turing, where we tested whether a machine can actually think like a human, can respond like a human. Then different terms started coming in. We had AI winter. What is this AI winter? See, a lot of money was invested by Japan and other countries, USA, in the field of artificial intelligence, but the scientists did not get that good results. So the government finally stopped putting in more money in the field of artificial intelligence. So that period is called AI winter. So, but again, little bit research was going on. This saw a ray of hope, and again in 1997, actively concentration was laid in front of this field when Deep Blue machine was implemented. That in which a chess computer played against the world champion and defeated the world champion. Then we have 2011 with Apple coming in with virtual assistant Siri. Then then we had Watson. There were two human rivals, and there was a quiz show. The machine won. Then we have Alexa. Then chatbot Tay, developed by Microsoft, AlphaGo by Google, and now we are in the stage of talking about ethical AI. It's still going on since 2018. So when we talk about AI, there are three terms: weak AI, general AI, and strong AI. You would be surprised to know we are still in the era of weak AI. What is this weak AI? Like, we are training a machine to do only one particular thing. Like, we have a Google Assistant, we tell, play this music, do this work, do this surfing, only this much. So these are all examples of weak AI system. All right. Like, even if we have a self-driving car, we are striving to have a self-driving car running perfectly. So even if it is a reality, especially on the Indian roads, it will again be an example of weak AI. Now, what is general AI? General AI, in general AI, we would expect the machine to at least think like humans, do what humans do. So compared to humans, their efficiency should come. So that will be general AI. And we have still not landed in this domain. So what we want, like if we have a robot, that robot should see image, do image processing, perform all the computations, think and react just like us. So we have still not reached. You can see only general AI and super AI is only there in movies, science fiction movies. It is not a reality yet. In strong AI, as the name suggests, we want superhuman capabilities in the machines, which is far from realization today. Right? We want machine to have visual perception, speech recognition, decision making, translation between different languages. Like, how many languages can a human know? I think I know at the max a person knows 15 languages. So a machine should know, we expect a machine to know all the languages of the world, so that it can interact with anybody. So we want superhuman capabilities in strong AI applications. Pros and cons of AI. This is a very general thing we all know. With help of AI, we have been able to reduce human error. Machines are perfect. Humans may make mistake, available 24/7, works tirelessly, very fast and accurate decisions, improve security, efficient communication. And like, the best thing is we can use robots or any AI application in the area where it is very dangerous for humans to go. For example, when there is a fire or in a coal mine, when it is dangerous for a human to be sent. We have, even treating the sewage. We every day now and then we read 2 people died. So while they were cleaning the sewage. So we can send robots there. In nuclear power plants, deep ocean mining, these robots can be sent. Right. So, but what are the disadvantages? They are still very expensive. We have very less talent available in this area, very few people working in this area. Then it can lead to disaster if misused. This is a very important thing which we cannot ignore. See, we are hearing about robotic surgery. Just imagine a politician of very high position is undergoing a robotic surgery. What do I need to kill that person? I can hijack, I can hack a machine, the robot that will be performing the surgery, and I can make that robot kill that politician. Okay? So we are hearing about robotic army. What if I program the robot to kill a politician, to fire the robot that was actually meant to protect the politician can be hacked to kill that politician. So anything can be done. Who is responsible for the misuse? How are you going to catch who has hacked? Who is, but even if you catch that person behind that mishap, the things are so simple. So, and it is disastrous actually. So AI system does not make decisions based on emotion, compassion, and empathy. Again, a very strong disadvantage, right? When we humans take a decision, there are emotions, compassion, and empathy involved. We might break some rules to help a person, because humanity is the biggest religion that we follow. But machines are programmed. If you say a machine, you cannot do this, it will not do this. So not everywhere, not everything is good about AI, and not everything is bad. So it's a very personal opinion. Okay, now seeing the certain applications, we've already talked about recommendation engines, talking about and suggesting friends, products. Then we have NLP, natural language programming. We spam detection. We have seen this in Gmail. Gmail automatically puts an email into spam folder, which it thinks is not a legitimate email. Like certain words are categorized, like free loan, money, cashback. So all these things which are not actually a healthy email, it puts in the spam folder for the user to review. Then voice search, NLP, then you translate when you're talking. We all use Google Translate. So now it has become mandatory that in all government records, the meetings that we held, any circular has to be in English as well as in the local language. So we have to convert it into Hindi. So we automatically go to Google Translator, just put the English version and we get the Hindi version. So all this is NLP. Then sentiment analysis. See, sentiment analysis is a very important application. Once again, so many users are writing reviews. So what we can do is, especially on social media like Twitter, Facebook, we can know what the user think about a particular event, what the users are talking about it, whether they are giving a positive feedback or a negative feedback, right? So sentiment analysis can be done. Then we've talked about robots, self-driving cars. See, self-driving cars with so many sensors are installed, so it automatically takes decision whether to which direction to go, when to apply the brake. So all this is an example of artificial intelligence and surveillance. These days, especially in Delhi and nearby cities like Chandigarh, we usually don't have police at major traffic signals. Cameras are installed. So if I skip a red light or if I violate the traffic rule, nobody's going to stop me. Immediately an image is taken, and next day I will get a challan. This is your car number. This is the name of the driver in whose name the car has been registered. And this is the challan. So nobody is going to stop me. So this is surveillance. Then in procession, if you have seen the news, when there were protests, CA protests in Delhi and even in Uttar Pradesh. So what they had done, there were cameras installed. They had identified the people who were there, who were creating nuisance. So, and they were caught hold of it and action was taken against them. So, in fact, there was a very good application during COVID times. Cameras were installed, live streaming was done, and automatically the people who were not wearing mask or were not wearing mask properly, they were detected and fined. So for those things, again, I will give you a very interesting application. If we have a conference or a seminar or even a classroom, an AI application, we know it can automatically in Facebook also, you see, whenever you upload an image, it will create a rectangular box across the around your face to tag the friends. Similar, the same technique, face recognition, is being used to count the number of people attending. Like if we have 1,500 big seminar and 1,500 attendees are there, we want to know how many people have actually attended. So we can't go 1, 2, 3 count. So and AI applications, one installed, it will automatically count the number of faces, and then it will tell you the exact attendance. So many people are there in the class. It can also be used to tell you who attended and who did not attend. By you have a database of all the people, so it can match your image with those who had attended, and then it will tell you that this person did not attend, this person attended. Okay? So surveillance can be used for artificial intelligence, and then social media detecting faces on Facebook. Then DRDO has deployed a robot called Daksh that safely destroys life-threatening objects. So it is all the drones that are working. Robots are all AI applications. So in battlefields, you must be hearing in the news every day. Drones were sent to capture the images, and then they can locate the place exactly where the bomb has to be dropped, right? So all those things. Then in agriculture, there are many startups in India, those who are actually they're all working in agriculture field. For what they do, for example, they have been fed with pictures of a healthy plant. They will go and click the pictures in the field, and then they will compare whether this plant is healthy or not. So immediately they detect a plant as being diseased, they will generate an alarm so that appropriate action can be taken well before time. They can also click images and then identify themselves where the weeds are more, so that those weeds can be removed, because weeds take away the nutrition of the main plant. So they can detect the weeds, they can detect the disease plants, and then they can also identify where the nutrients are low. For example, this plant needs more nitrogen, so a fertilizer rich in nitrogen can be put there. So all these things can be done using AI. So this is helping the farmers a lot. Then customer service, we know there are chatbots. Every website now almost supports a chatbot. So this is nothing but an artificial intelligence application. These chatbots can be intelligently programmed. So it's not just that they are menu based or they give you programmed replies. They can also learn and give you more appropriate replies. Video games, then healthcare. We all know, we have seen in COVID. So I'll tell you one application. One of my students live in Uttarakhand, and at a very big height, there are no hospitals there, but vaccines had to be delivered. There was a COVID outbreak in it was a small village. So COVID out, and there were no doctors. Doctors used to come once in a week. So that is not possible. So what they did is they used drones. The government used drones to give them drones came there to give them food in the lockdown and give medicines. And then even in hospitals, when there was, especially during the second wave, it was very infectious, and even doctors could not go inside the room, and there were actually no space for the patients. So at that time, robots were used, drones were used to spray the disinfectant and to give medicines and all to the patients, to monitor their health condition and to give medicines, because all the time nurses and staff could not be there. So machines were used to take care of all those things. Then smart homes. Here is a picture of a smart home. What do we mean by a smart home? A smart home usually has a lot of IoTs, Internet of Things, devices connected through internet for temperature monitor control. I read in the newspaper last week that a company, what was the name, reduced 20, in 1 month, they reduced 28% by using green technology. And what did they do is they just regulated their temperature. See, we had AC, air conditioner in our homes just to keep our room cool. But amidst that, just to keep our room, we actually heated the environment. Right, there's so many. Every house has now 3-4 ACs installed, and they are putting that heat in the environment. So appropriate cooling must be maintained. When the cooling is not required, we often do not switch off the AC. we are sitting in a room, we go out for a meeting and the AC is still on. So when we connect devices, artificial intelligence, they have sensors. They will automatically check the room temperature is already 25. They will slow it down or switch off when there is nobody inside the room. So even small steps had helped that company to reduce their emissions by 28% in just 1 month. Can you imagine how much AI can help us to even for the environmental sake? So in a smart home, we have a smartphone alerts, energy management, then lighting control, so that during the night, my friends in United States have, or they are very frequently using, extensively using IoTs. So automatically they have programmed that after 9 p.m., the lights of the house will go dim, and by 11 p.m., all the lights would be off. So then glass broken detects. So for everything, we have sensors. This is so. And AI is taking the decisions, intelligence built in them, when to do because sensors will just capture the data. What has to be done by the data is controlled by artificial intelligence applications. And we all use cab booking apps. They all use artificial intelligence, where we have to go and Google Maps. We've already talked about. Then mining. Okay. Then these days, I'll just quickly go through the slides because I don't want to extend this because it would be our lunchtime then. Then we have augmented reality and virtual reality. We all have must have experienced virtual reality. When we see 3D movie or 5D movie, we use that glasses. So what happens when we are using virtual reality? We are totally disconnected with the real environment, and we see and we feel as if we are in a virtual environment. Like in the malls, when we take our children for the roller coaster ride, we are totally disconnected from the real world. We feel as if we are actually going with it. If we are going through a forest safari, we feel as if some leaves are coming from here, branches are there, they are hitting us. We could feel the rain. So all this is virtual reality. And it has all been possible with artificial. It's again an application of artificial intelligence. Then now next is the new thing is augmented reality. In see, now we must have all seen or ourselves use Snapchat filters. So what happens in Snapchat filter? Our face will be there. Suppose I want to apply some accessory on my face or put a lipstick or put something else, or to put a dress to see how this dress looks on me. So that is augmented reality. Even if you have purchased through Lenskart, they will, and even many malls support this now, virtual malls. You select a dress and they will click a photo of yours and they will put that dress on you you can see how it would look on you. Then Lenskart, you can choose a frame and then it will click the photo of your face, and then it will superimpose that selected frame on your face. You can see how you look, so that you can select a particular. So that is augmented reality. We are augmenting, we are adding something to the reality. So this is actually, I was talking about e-commerce applications or entertainment things, but it has got a very serious thing application also in education, especially in medical field. Like if there is an AR app, you place it in front of a skeleton, okay? Or if you place it in front of a human body and you click on digestive system, it will tell you where the food pipe is, how it goes to stomach, large intestine, small intestine, how are they connected, liver, pancreas, so that you can see how things go. And we learn more by visualizing things. There is one phrase that 10,000 words is equal to one image. Just imagine how many words will compensate for one video. We can learn, we can retain in mind when we see it happening. So augmented reality apps are very much being used to teach surgeries and to teach sciences to the students, not just scientists, but everything. Like if we show a historical monument, it will show the details, who created it, why it was created, and what all had happened, all the history. So everything AR can be used. Now, then again, it's a new term, metaverse. We are all reading about it. What is metaverse actually? It's using multiple technologies, including VR, AR, then IoT, 5G networks it use. So I'll see the interesting applications, and then you will some people have already started using their avatars as their WhatsApp profile DPs. You must have seen. So what is it? We can create our avatars, matlab, uh, animated characters of ourselves, and see Nike Land. They have already more than 7 million people have already visited Nike Land. What happens is people can create their avatars, and they will make their avatars wear Nike shoes, Nike t-shirts, Nike sportswear, and they will go and roam about. They can have a feeling as if they are roaming with others in that Nike Land. It's virtual. Then there was a concert in 2020, and people have created their avatars and attended that virtual concert, and they were dancing and feeling as if they were actually there. See, even in Zoom meetings, and even this Microsoft Teams is working on metaverse application. Then doctors are using it, surgeons are using it, architects are using to creating designs to see how it would look in a real world. It is not moving. Okay, so users can even purchase. I wrote blockchain also, so users can somebody has already bought Taj Mahal in this virtual world of metaverse. So you can buy clothes, you can buy products for your digital avatars. So all those things are happening, what we could not even have dreamt of. So virtual meetings, yes, you can see people, their avatars are attending a meeting. They're all sitting at their homes, but like this, they're conversing as if actually they were there. So people throughout the world can play video games. This is also being used in higher education. So, higher education, small students can be taken to a far off place, to a picnic, and they can be explained about the environment or any other thing. So it has huge range of applications. This is a very important thing, low code and no code AI tools. See, as I mentioned earlier, there are very few people working in artificial intelligence technology, but there's a lot of demand, and still this demand and supply does not match. So this is the generation. In fact, now they are saying anybody from commerce background, even arts background, can become an AI engineer. So how is this possible? So there is a gap between AI expert and domain expert. For example, the fintech is a very much growing, it has a huge demand of AI professionals, but we don't have those many AI professionals. And the people working in finance, they have no knowledge about artificial intelligence. So what can be done is, for them, low code or no code AI tools have been developed. As the name suggests, low code means you have to do very less programming, and no code AI tools, you have to do no programming. For example, if I ask you to design a HTML, a web page, a programmer may use HTML5, CSS, I don't know what all technologies are used, JSP they will be used and whatnot, right? But it is not that even school children are making web pages. How? I don't know what is going on right now, but we used to use front page, Dreamweaver, tools like drag and drop only. So anybody can draw a web page, make a web page. Similarly, you don't need to be an AI expert to use AI technology. You can use low code and no code AI tools. Even these are very powerful tools, so that at least you are able to take the advantage of artificial intelligence techniques in your particular business, right? So there's a great demand for these tools. I have mentioned some of these links here so that you can have an idea. These are free versions, and there are some paid also. Obviously, paid have more utility as well as more features. So I'll message these input in the chat box so that you can see them later. So coming to types of machine learning algorithms, there are two types of algorithms broadly. not two exactly, supervised machine learning and unsupervised. So what do we talk about supervised? We give a lot of data, we put the label so that machine can easily classify what it is. As I gave the example of a fruit, I give you a lot of fruits, your machines can identify this is a banana, this is an apple, this is orange, this is this is. So this is called supervised machine learning. And we usually use it for classification purposes to identify what a particular fruit is. So it is also being classification. If you see in real world applications, it is being used in medical imaging. We all know during COVID, there were very few people. Even if I have to go and test myself for COVID, I was getting an appointment for 1 week after. If I book an appointment today, I'll get an appointment after 1 week. So that is of no use. So there was another development that you can take an X-ray of your chest and then compare it with a machine. An AI application was used to compare your chest X-ray with that of a X-ray of a person who is already suffering from COVID and with the X-ray of a normal person that does not have COVID. So it can tell you what are the chances of you having a COVID. Then speech recognition. Speech recognition, we actually use it very much in our IoT devices to identify who is speaking. So many times, especially during elections, we have so many audios coming in, stingy operations, but are they fake or not? How do you make out with these AI applications? Then handwriting recognitions, credit scoring, whether a particular, especially while giving credits, loans, banks use AI applications to know what is the probability that the person will give back that loan amount in time. What is the probability of being a defaulter? So likewise, they make decisions. Now, as I said, this is the era of ethical AI. We just don't want AI applications. We want ethical AI. What is an ethical AI application? Like, the application should be justified. If I'm saying do this or do not do this, the machine should be able to justify its answer, explain why I concluded this, right? It should be reproducible. Reproducible matlab, if I give this problem today, it will give me this answer, yes. But tomorrow, if I give the same problem, it should not give me any other answer. The answer should be reproducible. Then it should be secured, human-centered, and then unbiased. Unbiased, it should not be give skewed results. For example, I just take out one example here. Amazon's hiring algorithm was biased, suffered from bias. See, what AI application uses a lot of data to give you the answer, right? So now in Amazon, more number of males were working than females. So when a new candidate comes, automatically the application, hiring application that used AI selected a male. So it was biased towards male applicants. Why? Because it learned from the data that more number of people are male. So it thought there is a higher probability of a new candidate being a male to be recruited. So it rejected all the female candidates. So because AI had to be revised, application had to be revised, it has to be checked. Again, because we have 100 parameters to think about the same thing. Okay. Now, what are the current research areas in AI? I will quickly go. So not go into details. The first is game theory, very interesting. When we are making games, artificial intelligence game, there are different types of games like cooperative versus non-cooperative. In cooperative games, participants make alliances with each other to win. But like in a basketball match, we make teams to win. But there are certain games where only a single individual has to play. So what kind of a game we are developing? Then the other is symmetric versus asymmetric games. In symmetric game, we have the same goal, but asymmetric, we have a different goal. For example, when we are playing snakes and ladders, we have a same goal that we have to reach 100 without being bitten by a snake. We have the same goal. But when we are playing cricket, so I have conflicting goal. The batsman has the goal to make maximum runs, and the other team has the goal to prevent that batsman to make maximum runs. So we have conflicting goals. So both even this can be done with AI. Then perfect versus imperfect. With perfect, I mean it is very transparent. Like in a chess, if I make a move, my competent can see what I'm doing. But in an imperfect, my competent, like a card game, competent does not know what cards I have. So this is imperfect information game. Simultaneous versus sequential. As the name suggests, simultaneous, multiple players are playing together, but in sequential, only one. All board games are sequential. One player will play at a time, but simultaneous, like a basketball, multiple players may be playing. Then zero sum or non-zero sum. In zero sum, a player gains something that causes loss to the other players. But in a non-zero game, multiple players get the advantage. So for example, if there's a game of clearing the hurdles, I get points for reaching the destination. So if I clear a hurdle, it is advantageous for me as well as for my competent also. So both the players are gaining with one player's move. So that is the case. Then again, GANs are that is a generative model, generative adversarial network. So what it does is, even last week, there was an AI application that created the image of 15 humans that did not exist on this planet. It created images of those 15 people who does not exist on that planet. How does it does? It take real world images as samples, generate its own sample. You can see generator generates its own sample, then discriminator checks whether this is real or fake. So to create more data, we use a GAN model. So there can be multiple, just to train a network, we need a lot of images. So a GAN model can be used for that. Then we have multi-agents reinforcement learning. For example, you can train a self-driving car, how to move safely on a road. But just imagine, is it possible that, is that the case that only your car will be moving? No, multiple agents will be there. Multiple driverless cars will be there on the road. So you just don't you don't have to be trained yourself how you will be moving. You have to take a decision based upon what others will also be doing. Because see, if I see red light, all the cars will be rushing. So there can be a mishap. So you have to take a step. You have to perform while considering others also. You have to make a group. So if there's a narrow lane, only one self-driving car can go. So everybody will be selfish to go, because it has been trained. It sees the data that nobody is there, it will go. So, but there can be a clash. So they have to also exchange messages who will go first if there are multiple agents. So that is what is being learned in multi-agents reinforcement learning. Then the other research area is neuromorphic computing. Neuromorphic computing is the same as like our human brains work. It is a one step ahead than neural computing. Here we talk in quantums. Quantum computers, it is applied so that more data can be used and faster decisions can be taken. So you must have heard that Google has already used a quantum supercomputer that can solve the problem as fast as the problem that can be solved will take at least thousands of years for a normal computer to solve. It can solve in just 1 minute. So that is the main. Quantum computing is being used along with neuromorphic computing. So that we can in one, what we have read till now, one bit will store either 0 or 1. But now with neuromorphic computing or quantum computing, when applied, we can have multiple bits, 4 bits, like we can be stored in one place. So more data can be there and faster decisions can be taken. Then we have collaborative systems. Like we have heard robots. The robots can be used as cobots. Cobots means collaborative systems that can help humans to do their work. For example, if we have a robot for a vacuum cleaning, so that is actually a cobot. Then for heavy lifting, for performing some dangerous tasks, so that is the correct term is cobot. Then we have exoskeletons. What are these exoskeletons? They are wearable robotic devices which adapt to industrial workers' location in real time to perform superhuman jobs with superhuman endurance and strength. For example, see, this is a robotic arm. It can lift for heavy lifting or to see this person is wearing an exoskeleton. He's having extra skeleton legs to behave like a robot, to have superhuman capabilities. So this is where the focus is on these days. Then we have transfer learning. What does mean by transfer learning? See, when we have a problem, it is not that every time we train our brain from scratch, we apply problem from one domain to other. For example, if there was a mishap with a known person, he shared his or her experience with you. So okay, so there is a person A and there is a person B. They both are talking. Person A told person B that he had a mishap and how he tackled it. So now, after some time, person B had the same mishap. Then he knows, he collects from other person's experience, and this is called transfer learning. He shares his experience to this person, and this person immediately uses his person's experiences to perform better when it came on him. So that is called transfer learning. We want the same transfer learning to happen in machine. So every time we don't have to create a new machine learning model. So how does it help? We don't have to perform the same data cleansing steps, then training the model, testing the model again and again. We can use it. One model can be used for multiple problems. Then edge AI. What is edge artificial intelligence? For example, see, now what happens, we have heard about cloud computing. So what happens in cloud computing is, there is a problem here. We send data to a cloud, processing happens on the cloud, we get the results back. So, but you imagine self-driving car, and especially on an Indian road, the self-driving car is going automatically. I don't know from where a cow comes. What do you want? The brakes should be applied immediately. Or if a human comes, start running. So what do you want? Brakes should be applied. You never expected, because USA, a lot of rules are followed, but in India, rules are not that stringent, especially in an area like Delhi. So anybody can come from anywhere. So, and machines are not trained like that. So what will happen? Immediately data will be collected that a person is detected here, or some object has been detected. The data will go to cloud. Cloud will immediately apply the brake. And by the time you get that message, and you know networks are also very slow. And in some places, there will be no network at all. So that means that the car will not stop and the accident will happen. So to avoid those circumstances, now the research is going in the place of edge AI. Means the decisions should not be based on cloud. It should take place at the device itself, should be able to take instant decisions. So that is the concept of edge AI, to keep the servers taking the decision as close as possible to the machines. It is very important, especially in real-time applications that are based on IoTs. So that is the same example that I discussed. Then startup in AI, you know that Delhi, NCR, then Mumbai and Bangalore, these three places have come up as AI startups. And there are certain examples given what they are doing, like especially they are performing in marketing, then pricing, promotion, what should be the strategies to promote a product, what should be the pricing, how should inventory should be done, then to unlock new business values, for surveillance, providing surveillance solutions. Then in medical, see, for example, samples are collected in Delhi. What happens is samples are collected from our homes, blood samples are collected, then automatically those samples are sent to the laboratories. They will be sending us the report by evening through email and through WhatsApp, and they will also, at the same time, they will be sending the report to the doctors. And I will give you one example of, so this is the current state. And I tell you, in US, what is happening, because in COVID, everywhere the situation was the same. There was no place in the hospital. So what happened is, they started with mobile vans with all the facilities in that vans, so that immediately there's a call for an ambulance. It was not an ordinary ambulance. It was a small hospital in the mobile vans. So, and they connect, quickly the IoTs were used. For example, even if a small bandit was getting over, the devices were putting that, sending that email to the supplier that our mobile, sending the location that our mobile van is placed here. They need to quickly supply the bandits. So like these things were happening. So those solutions have already been started here in India as well. If you see, these are the AI hiring in, as per this chart, in most of the people, India comes to the second place. Number one is Brazil, where recruitments for AI was done in 2020. And if you see this chart, massive opportunities in the field of AI. This is 2022, 37 point, this is, and see how much demand it would be there in 2025 and 2024. So a very good opportunities for the current graduates to make a career in artificial intelligence techniques. Then I would also, before winding up, I would like to discuss some interesting projects like that students can do, or the teachers can guide the students to do in their. I will not discuss the technical details because I know it is not just computer science sitting here, but at least others can appreciate it. Stress detection with artificial. If you ask me, are you under stress? I will never say yes. I will always say, no, everything is fine, right? So even with students, and we all can find out whether a person is under stressful conditions so that appropriate counseling and help can be provided. What we can do is we can ask the student or the person, any person, to write few lines, just 2-3 lines about write a line about how did you see today's morning. So what words they use, we can use sentiment analysis to find out the level of their mind. I mean, whether they're feeling happy, what are their emotions, so that appropriate help can be given at same time. So this is the technical detail which we will not be discussing. Then another project, slide is not moving. Product demand prediction. We can find out which product is in more demand, what should be its appropriate price. We can collect customers' review, and then we can analyze. This is again, we get data sets on Kaggle and other websites that can be freely downloaded, and students can also collect data and do some projects like this. Then water quality analysis. See, this is a chart. We can, and it's all very simple. Very few lines of code can need to be written, and that will tell you whether the water is potable in an area or not potable, right? Data is collected about different values, and then finally the results are shown. In this era, if I'm not an AI expert, so there are, see, these 3 lines of code can, in fact, I don't know what AI model to use. So if I write these 3 lines, the machine, we are talking about using auto ML here. So the machine is telling me, see, these are different algorithms, and the highest accuracy can be obtained by using, it has also sorted the result. So random forest classifier is giving me an accuracy of 68%, 0.6830. Okay. So obviously I can go, it is also telling me which model to use. There are a lot of techniques, which technique to use, it is telling me. So my work has become so very easy. Then WhatsApp chat sentiment analysis. Students can do this. Again, it's a very small project, but can be very helpful. Many times, we don't identify who is motivating us, who is demotivating us, who is pulling us down. So students can then say, okay, we are biased. We say, no, she's our friend. No, she's saying it for our good only. So we may have some notions, but you can use an AI tool. You can use a small AI program to tell you who is giving you more positive, talking more positive, and who is sending you negative messages, so that you can simply block the persons who are pulling you down. So this can help you. You have some data, you are justified here. Then these are certain projects we did for our actually, we are also doing projects like mentoring projects. We are making a group of school students and college students. College students are helping school students to make small projects. So some of the projects that were taken were these, to perform a psychometric test. See, we all know about the Shraddha and Aftab case. And there are many students, especially increasing after this pandemic situations. We conduct, there are tests, by psychology, given by psychologists. You can use those tests, standard tests, or you can have even your questions as tests, and then you can ask the students to fill that questionnaire, and then you can analyze. No, but you cannot identify looking at the face what is going in one's mind. So you can identify those cases, and then you can, get them treated either through counseling sessions or through medicines or whatever is required. If had these people been identified at even in the school age itself, a lot of help could have been provided at the right time, and incidences like these would have not happened. So then, to conduct a career test, see, every student is very confused after class 10 what they should take up. Class even 8 standard students are under stress whether they should go in the medical field, computer science engineering, or this engineering, that engineering, commerce side, or what side. So we can do a career test. We can see where their interests are, where their hobbies goes, and then we can recommend. Then create an aptitude test. Many companies are using such aptitude tests because, as ma'am said, that your domain knowledge is one thing, but your aptitude, your personality test, you all can conduct and help the students know then probability of a particular disease like cancer, diabetes, and COVID. I will tell one more application of artificial intelligence in COVID. See, again, as I said, there were we were getting appointments of 1 week after we booked the appointment. So there is an artificial intelligence tool which was now developed. Artificial intelligence tool will ask the patient to cough, and the way a person coughs can detect whether the person is suffering from COVID or not. Can you imagine how good it is? And then there was another tool I was reading about, like the way you walk can detect, an artificial intelligence tool can see the way you walk, and then it can detect whether that person will die in the next 5 years or not. I don't know what data is needed for that, because obviously it would have been done using medical experts, but there is an AI tool that can tell whether you would die in the next 5 years or not. So that was amazing. Then to conduct a fingerprint test, we know about this, but this an AI tool can also do. We can take the fingerprint and then tell about your personality. Then analyze X-rays to find out the severity of a fracture, to identify factors that are important for becoming an entrepreneur and initiative taking. This we have done. See, this was a very important project we did with our girl students. We wanted more and more girls to go into entrepreneurship. So we collected data, what kind of entrepreneurship they would like to do, how much they can invest, what all help they need. And we collected a lot of actually data regarding those things. And then we presented a report to the government, and the government funded them, provided them all the technical help for that. So certain projects can be done, which can really help the society. This was for our innovation and entrepreneurship cell. We did this project. Then to identify the ways for evaluating online subjective answer sheets. So in COVID, we use this, that if you write a subjective answer, how will the teacher, because teacher has to read word by word. So we developed an AI application which can automatically give marks. Because see, every teacher sees some keywords. If all the keywords are there, so there were different strategies that were used. Keyword matching was one of them. So, okay. Any question? And I would also, before closing, I would like to add one thing. Like the Indian government, there was a news why Indian government is so much into talking with China on border issues. Because Indian government do not want to go and mess with China at this stage. Only talks are needed. Why? Because China is a decade ahead than us in AI warfare. India is still decade behind. If there is a fight, between India and China, this was the report said, that news report, that China can need only 15 days to occupy all the Northeast region. So, and obviously India cannot afford to. So India can only have talks to postpone this matter. India is working very fast to cover up this gap of decade. And that is why India is more keen to have more and more students pursuing artificial intelligence studies in for artificial intelligence so that we can go ahead than China in very short span of time. Right. So in fact, if you see, even school students, I'm also writing books for artificial intelligence from class 8 onwards, they are teaching now. So you can understand the importance of this subject and the range of applications. Artificial intelligence is also being used to identify fake news. We all see there's so many viral news on Facebook and WhatsApp. How do we know on Twitter? So whatever is happening here? So artificial intelligence tools are being used to identify fake news and catch hold of the person who is spreading. So before you, forward a message, think twice and thrice, because we don't know who is sending those messages. So be cautious. Yeah. Any questions now?
Yes, ma'am. There is one question in chat box. How can artificial intelligence will be more effective and beneficial in the educational institution?
Yes, ma'am. It is already being used, and in fact, Metaverse has been. Mark Zuckerberg is already started working with Ambani's. They are creating applications for education only. Like as I said, it is not possible in medical field. For example, if a doctor has to demonstrate a surgery, they can't open a body. Especially, we used to have frog surgery. I mean, open up dissections. So in that case, you can demonstrate using VR and AR. So it can show the entire flow, how the things, because see, the stitches that have to be done or the cuts have to be done in a very robotic surgery they are doing. So clicking the image and with very accuracy, very precisely how it is cutting. So all this can be demonstrated, especially in medical field, it is very widely used. Then even in computers, in history, as I told, they augmented reality is you can, if I'm TC, if you are sitting in Pune and you want to tell the students the importance of India Gate in New Delhi, what you will do, you can sit there. The avatars will be going to the through artificial intelligence tools. They will be roaming about that area, and they can see very minutely. And then it can tell you the importance of that place and everything, all the details, historical facts. Then even in computer science, see, in computer science, if I'm teaching you parts of a computer inside, like motherboard, and I'm teaching all the circuitry, it will be very difficult for me to teach. Otherwise, I can show how the things are connected, how the data is moving from the data bus is connected, and how the CPU is taking data to the cache memory, to the memory. If I can visualize, how good it would be. So, and those applications are already under construction. In fact, some of they are paid tools. Some of them are already there in the market, and some schools have already bought it and showing, like in my son's school, they are showing it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. This question asked by Dr. Chaure, sir, I think he is very much satisfied with the answer. Thank you, Dr. Rima Tareja, ma'am, to throw the light on the topic. The session become very much informative and fruitful. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to request Ms. D.V. Bhosle, ma'am, to extend the vote of thanks for this session.
Thank you, ma'am. Here I am going to give. Here I am giving vote of thanks. It's an honor to offer me vote of thanks on this occasion of third session of one-day national conference on emerging trends in commerce, management, economics, and information technology, which organized collaboratively by Department of Commerce, Economics, and Computer Application. First of all, I would like to give special thanks to our resource person of this session, Dr. Rima Tareja, Assistant Professor, SPMS University of Delhi. As ma'am informed us about artificial intelligence, what it is actually, what it work, how it's work, its history, its strong AI, weak AI, its pros, cons, and such other deep information and knowledge with proper examples. Ma'am, really thanks to you for giving such information and knowledge on this current applicable concept of artificial intelligence. Thank you. Also, I would like to thanks all participated dignitaries, researchers, and students for attending this session sincerely. Thank you to all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now we move our last session, fourth session, a paper presentation. Now I would like to request Ashish Shirodia, Department of Commerce and Business Administration, Saurashtra University, Rajkot, Gujarat. Please share your paper. Ashish Chauradia. Okay, now I would like to request Dr. Priyanka Jadhav, SNBP College of the ACS, Marwadi Pimpri, to come to present paper on the topic.
Now, please send in chat box.
Yes, Dr. Priyanka Jadhav, ma'am. Please start your paper. Unmute yourself, ma'am, first.
Yes. I'm audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Myself, Dr. Priyanka Khuraj Jadhav. I am from SNBP Institute of Management, Science and Arts. Today, I'm presenting my paper on the environmental issues in industrial sector in India. The concern about the environmental issue in industrial sector will likely continue to increase in the future as the global population grows. The demand for the business-related goods and the services expands and economic development increases. The industrial pollution is considered an important factor to uh, contaminate the environment. It imposes heavy costs in the society as well as on the human health and the safety. Textile, cement, glass, plastic, sugar, tanning, petroleum are the major pollution industries. Little or no attention is paid on these grave issues of industrial pollution. There is no systematic approach used by um, many industrial sectors for a proper disposal and a drainage of their harmful effluent. The industrial sector should be held accountable for their responsibilities towards proper management of the waste influence, as it contributes to about 50% of the environmental pollution. It increased great social costs in the developing country like India. Currently, there is no effective management and the control practices for the pollution prevention and the control, but the authorities have started to pay attention in this regards. Pollution control has become the primary concern of the environment today. The object of this paper is to explore the impact of environmental on the environment and the society. To develop an understanding of the environmental degradation, the study discussed the various types of the influence that impact the environmental adversely. So this is my abstract of the paper, sir.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks.
I had done, yeah.
Okay. Now I would like to request Ashish Chauradia to present the paper. Yes, Ashish Chauradia, please share, present your paper.
Hello, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you. First of all, I would like to thank you to all of you for giving me such honorable opportunity to present my minor project in this national seminar. My topic, I would like to share my screen with you. Just a second. Hello, my name is Ashish Chirodia. Currently I'm doing my PhD in Department of Commerce and Business Administration as a GRF. I'm working here as a full-time GRF, and today I'm going to here present some of my few findings which I've done in my minor project. The title of this research paper is a study on value added and profitability, a case study on Ultratech and Cement Limited Company. So basically, it is a case study which I have done on Ultratech Cement Limited. So first of all, I would like to share the abstract. So in recent times, there are many changes that takes place in the field of accounting and commerce. One of them is the value-added statement. Now, a value-added statement attains so much popularity in the very short span of a time due to its usefulness. Now, still people got confused between the term value-added and profit and relationship of these two terms. See, the value-added statement is a very popular term in nowadays because of its usefulness, but still people got confused that if it is uh, that it is a similar term as profit or not. So value added and profit, those are not synonymous or the similar terms. Both have the different meaning and different aspects. So this paper tried to give some of the knowledge about that the profit and the value added both are the differentiate terms, and I tried to give some sort of thing that might help the people to find out that there is a relationship between these two terms or not. So the rationale of this paper is to clarify that the value added and the profit both are not same. So an attempt is made to know whether there is any relationship exists between these two aspects or not. To fulfill the objective, first the value added statement was prepared of Ultratech Cement Limited for the 10 years from 2012-13 to 2020-21 to 22. Now from the data from taken from the value added statement, which is GVA and NVA, are taken and then put it in a linear correlation or a statistical test with the profit of the companies for the same period. Now, as per the data findings that suggest that there is a strong positive correlation between the profit and the value added. I would like to share uh, the objectives of my study. The objectives of my study is very much simple from the rationale of the study is that to prepare the value added statement and calculate the GVA and NVA of Ultratech Cement Limited. And my second objective is to find out whether there is any kind of relationship that exists between these two terms or not. So this is the part of my data analysis which I've done in my paper. Now that shows that the 10 years period from 2012 and 13 from 2020 to the 2022, the GVA which is taken from the value added statement which I've calculated from the annual reports of Ultratech Cement Limited, and the second shows the profit of the period which the company which is also available in the annual reports of the company. So on the basis of these two terms, these two variables, I've done an uh, correlational study, and this shows that graph in the below, like this shows that the profit of the company and the GVA. Now this is the GVA and profit, both are the one of the elements for our study, and the second data study is also done on the NVA, which is one of the which is one of the more element of value-added statement. And this data also shows the NVA and profit, and the chart beside that, which shows that there is also a relationship between the NVA and profit. So let's sum up the result of the study in a very short form is that particular, if we talk about the group's value added and profitability, the correlation coefficient, which shows the power of 0.8925, which shows that there is a strong positive correlation of studies. So the result of the study is that the null hypothesis is rejected. Now the null hypothesis was stated as that there is no correlation between the profit and value added. But as per our study, which is done on the Ultratech Cement Limited, which shows that there is a strong positive correlation. Now, if we go about the net value added and profitability, which shows the correlation coefficient power is 0.9068, which also shows that the strong positive correlation between the two variables, and the result is also the similar that null hypothesis is rejected on the basis of the test. Now let's sum up with this conclusion and the findings is that the gross value added, which is one of the element of the value added statement, and the profit of the company increases in the same direction. Here it is very much informative as well as to understandable topic is that in GVA and profit is moving in the same direction, it means that if one variable increases, the other variable also increases. So as per the linear correlation rule, it is a positive correlation, as well as the value of R correlation coefficient is 0.8925. So it is visible that there is a strong positive correlation between the variables, which is also stated in the alternate hypothesis. Now, the similar things happen in the NVA, which is the net value added, and the profit of the company is also increasing in the same direction. And that's why it is also showing the strong positive correlation. So in the both of the cases, the strong positive correlations are there. Now, the major findings of this study is that there is a significant relationship. It means a strong positive correlation that exists between the GVA and the profitability of Ultratech Cement Limited during the study period. And the second major finding of this topic of this study is that there is also a significant but a strong positive correlation exists between net value added and profitability of Ultratech Cement Limited. So this was the small findings that have been that I've done in my minor project. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish Chorodia, sir. Thank you very much for this paper presentation. If someone want to present the paper, welcome for it from the research scholar. Okay. Now, I would like to request our chairperson of this last session, Dr. Prakash Tony, sir, please guide us.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Audible? Okay,
Yes.
okay. रयत शिक्षण संस्था DP Bhosle College, Koregaon has organized a national level seminar on emerging trends in commerce and management, economics, information and technology. We have here gathered to last session, paper presentation session. In this paper presentation session, only two research students have presented their papers, Dr. Priyanka Jadhav and Ashish Chaurasia. Dr. Priyanka Jadhav has highlight on the environment issue in Indian industry sector. She has focused on the industrial pollution and no systematic planning about the pollution. So Dr. Priyanka Jadhav has not read present his full paper on this issue, but she highlighted some important issue related to industrial pollution. And then Ashish Chaurasia has present their paper, a study on value added and probability of case study of Ultratech Cement. In this paper, Ashish has focused on new NVA, GVA and profit of Ultratech Cement companies, and some statistical data are used in their research paper. So there is a very nice paper of Ashish Chaurasia, and I am congratulate these two persons. They have presented their paper in international conference, and I'm thankful to organization committee of DP Bhosle College, Koregaon, Honorable Principal Chairperson Dr. V.S. Sawant sir, Mr. D.D. Patil sir, Sachin Nikam sir, and K. Jadhav sir to give me opportunity to hand a session for as a chairperson. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the guidance. Now, I would like to request Mr. H.G. Nikam, sir, please extend the vote of thanks. Feedback will be shared after sum up on the WhatsApp.
Good afternoon all. I'm very happy to express my sincere gratitude at the end of one-day national conference on emerging trends in commerce, management, economics, and information technology, organized in DP Bhosle College, Koregaon by the Departments of Commerce, Economics, and Computer Application. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Professor Sanjay Kaptan, former head of Department of Commerce, SPPU, for enlightening the participant in the first plenary session on the topic employability of the commerce graduate. I am also thankful to Dr. Revati Deshpande ma'am, academician and researcher, of sharing her expertise with the participation on topic soft skill in the workplace. In the second plenary session, then I am thankful to Dr. Rima Theresa ma'am, assistant professor in SPMC, University Delhi, for very informative session on the topic emerging technology in artificial intelligence. In the third plenary session, I am also thankful to Dr. Prakash Tone for being the chairperson for the paper presentation. I am very much thankful to Professor Dr. S. Rizado, Vice Principal of DPBCK, Mr. D.D. Patil, Head Department of Commerce, Mr. K. Zadav, Head Department of Computer Application, my all colleagues from all the departments, junior, senior college, Mrs. S.P. Mane ma'am for the comparing the event, all the participants for their active participant. I am also thankful to our principal, Dr. V.S. Sawan, for his support and guidance for the organizing his national conference. I am also thankful to all who support for this conference, and on behalf of the organizing committee, I declare that the conference is over. Thank you so much.